Live from the CSI Softball Complex on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet welcomes you into coverage of NCAA Division II softball, streaming exclusively on Flow College. A packed weekend of coverage here on Sportsnet begins this afternoon as the College of Staten Island Dolphins take on the Chargers of Dominican University, New York. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joe Foreman, joined on the call by Nicholas Pavona, and this is the McDonald's pregame show. McDonald's is our scoreboard sponsor here at the College of Staten Island, and they bring you our pregame coverage ahead of every CSI Dolphins home game. And Nick, Dolphins took the field for the second time at home this season earlier in the week against Jefferson University, a team that came in red hot at the plate. Throughout the day, the Dolphins had plenty of opportunities with runners on base, but they just couldn't match the offensive firepower of the Rams as Jefferson scored 19 runs across 2 victories over CSI.
Yeah, Joe, and we talked about the numbers for Jefferson on the season going into that doubleheader. They had tremendous numbers not only at the plate, but in the circle as well, and that really took effect in both of those games. You mentioned the Dolphins had opportunities in those 2 games for them to get some runs. They were not able to capitalize. Hopefully for them today, they're able to capitalize on those opportunities because, as you know, we have a couple more doubleheaders left in non-conference play before we get to conference play next week here. So this is a big, important test for CSI. Can they bounce back after that doubleheader loss earlier this week?
The Dolphins are 2-2 all-time against the Chargers entering the day, and they are one of the rare non-conference opponents that the team faced more than one time in a season at the Division II level, that being a doubleheader played later in the season in Orangeburg, as well as a single game that was played in Florida early last season. CSI won 2 of the 3 meetings with the Chargers, with the winning team surrendering 2 runs or fewer in all 3 of those games. On Tuesday against Jefferson, 10 of the 19 runs scored by the Rams came in the 6th and 7th innings of each game. But if their performance is any indication, when these 2 teams last met, the Dolphins should be in good hands with their starting pitchers here today.
Well, we don't want to assume there might be a pitcher's duel, Joe. We know how those scriptwriters are looking for stuff like that.
Certainly don't want to assume.
But I think this is a good litmus test potentially for those 2 starters to maybe get back on track. We saw what happened against Jefferson. You mentioned it. The Dolphins had their chances not only at the plate but in the circle as well to get out of opportunities. And to the credit of their stars, they were able to get out of certain situations, but towards the 6th and 7th inning, that's when Ruth and Grenner really run out of steam at that point, and we're really just basically trying to throw strikes across the plate and hopefully get outs. So I think for today, it's a good test for them against a team that, let's face facts, they haven't had a win yet in the season. They're looking for their first win today, and I think for CSI, if they want to get back on track, have to take advantage not only of the opportunity here, but have to take advantage of certain situations throughout these 2 games.
And it's been a tough start to the season for the Chargers as they come in 0-12. They've been shut out 5 times already this season, and they haven't scored more than 4 runs in a game to this point. Outside of that slow start, what has worked for the Chargers so far this season? Who will need to step up for them today in order to get into the win column against the Dolphins?
Well, I think it's a couple of their players that are really going to step up today, that have to step up, I should say, that are going to be able to get them the win, and that's been working for them so far in the season. Kendall Johnson, Nicole Mata, Gianna Longo have all had a solid start to the season. Johnson hitting .471 with 4 RBIs, 5 doubles on the season, an OPS, or I should say on-base percentage of .526 and a slugging percentage of .618. Mata on the year hitting .333. I know that's a number that you like. Just 1 RBI on the season. Has been able, though, to draw 8 walks this season. So she's a very patient hitter at the plate. And she has an on-base percentage at .474. And Longo is just the exact same way. She's batting .276 on the year. Just 2 RBIs, but she's also been able to draw 7 walks on the season, putting her at a .432 on-base percentage. She's also appeared 3 times this season in the circle. 1 start on the season. She's 0-1, a 3.11 ERA, and despite not a high strikeout rate, has been able to get outs throughout the field. And also, look out for Emily Baxter in the circle at some point maybe today. She has 29 strikeouts on the season this year, Joe, and 29 in third of innings pitched. That's a strikeout rate of 6.92 Ks per 7.
And finally, Nick, including today's games, the Dolphins have 6 remaining, all at home, outside of the conference before the start of conference play next week. What do you need to see from this CSI team to feel confident about where you're at entering the ECC portion of the schedule beginning on March 27th? And the team is going to play just 2 conference games the rest of the way following that conference opener 1 week from today.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to first capitalizing on those scoring chances. You mentioned the opportunities the Dolphins had in those 2 games against, early in the week against Jefferson. And in the 2 games, they shredded 11 total base runners on base in those 2. So that, along with some base running mistakes, really cost the Dolphins a lot of outs and runs potentially in those spots. They've had a strong year in terms of stolen bases this season. They've only been caught 1 time this season in stolen bases. So that needs to be a key catalyst for them to have success, not only in this non-conference play, but when they start conference play next week, that's got to be a key to their success throughout the rest of the season. They also will need strong performances in the circle from Ruth and Brenner. We know we've talked about them a lot so far, but with the fact that they have 2 games here today, another 2 doubleheaders coming up after, and then they start their conference play next week, they have to go through a lot of adversity and try to figure out a way how they're going to be able to manage throughout these next couple of days. Because, Joe, as you know, with that many games, that many little days, that's going to be a lot, putting a lot of tests into your starting pitchers to try to get you some wins.
The Dolphins take the field here today at the CSI Softball Complex. Right back at it on Sunday as well. And then, Nick, you and I are back here on Tuesday again. It remains to be seen if you will be joining me on Sunday, but I will certainly be here as the Dolphins take on the Golden Falcons. However, a pair of games against the Chargers of Dominican University of New York to put in the books first. The Dolphins are being introduced and are taking the field as we speak. So, Nick, you and I will take a break for the playing of the national anthem. When we come back, first pitch in today's NCAA Division II softball non-conference doubleheader. The College of Staten Island Dolphins take on the Chargers of Dominican University of New York. That's coming up next here on CSI Sportsnet, streaming exclusively on Flow College. Joe Foreman and Nicholas Bavona back with you from the CSI Softball Complex as we're about set to get underway in today's NCAA Division II non-conference doubleheader between the College of Staten Island Dolphins and the Chargers of Dominican University, New York. Kennedy Ruth takes to the circle for CSI in game one. And Nick, you have the numbers for Ruth on the season coming in. It's been a heavy workload for both Ruth and Marina Guerrero so far this year.
Yeah, Kennedy Ruth will be appearing in her 5th game this season, her 4th start. Does have 2 complete games. She is 1-1 in the season, an 8.1 ERA, 23 in the third innings pitched, 37 hits, 32 runs, 27 earned, 25 walks, 15 Ks. Then I think that's the troubling number, Joe, when you speak about the numbers right there, is the walk rate that Ruth's had so far this season. So we'll see if she's able to get back on track in these games today.
I'd be very interested to know how many of those walks have come in the 5th inning or later. As the first pitch of the game is in for a strike. 0-1 the count on Nicole Mata. 0-1 on the way. Swung on and missed, 0-2.
I forgot we had our last game. We were not able to have the counter bases because of how cold it was. I'm able to put it back up today.
Very good. The 0-2. Ripped foul.
That was a scorcher.
Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Try and get you the full Chargers lineup momentarily. Deja Robinson in the on-deck circle, followed by Kendall Johnson as that sails up and away. Gianna Longo in the cleanup spot, followed by Layla Albaran. 1-2, fouled off. You have to wait for that first out for the live stats to populate, Nick.
Yeah, not looking for that. I'm looking just at the stats in total for the season.
Are they all populating correctly?
Yeah.
Isabella Mitorando behind Albaran, followed by Emily Angulo. And the 1-2 misses up and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The only thing, unfortunately, not populating right now is scoreboard. Trying to fix that right now at the moment.
Mia Valverde batting 8th for the Chargers. And Victoria Iorio will bat 9th. 2-2. Upstairs, ball 3. And after an 0-2 count to begin the at-bat, Ruth has run it full on Mata.
Well, Mata, I mentioned, is a very patient hitter, Joe. She's walked 8 times already this season. It's a chance to walk for her 9th time right here.
Payoff pitch is fouled back, and
we lost the camera.
We're going to have to reboot now. That is incredible. All right, so we'll stick with the wide shot for now. Nick, I think we're going to have to reboot to get that camera back.
Yeah, more than likely. Don't see that often.
Oh, that's the main
that's
camera.
The main
Let's
one.
not do that. So we lost.
We lost the pitcher batter.
Ah.
Not sure what wire it hit, but
it hit the wire right there.
Okay.
Yep, we're going to have to reboot. All right, in between innings, Nick and I will go offline momentarily to get our pitcher-batter camera back. Until then, it is the wide shot. 3-2, low and away, ball 4. And after getting ahead, 0-2, Ruth surrenders the leadoff walk.
And a good patient at bat by Mata. Fouled off a couple pitches, was able to work the count full, and she's awarded now her 9th walk of the season. And that's another walk issued by Kennedy Ruth on the season.
I cannot believe that foul ball knocked the camera out.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Expect the unexpected, I like to say.
Fair enough. Mata drawing some attention over at first base as Deja Robinson comes to the plate for the first time. She's behind 0-1.
Yeah, showing bunt on that first pitch right there. We'll see if she tries to square up once again right here.
The 0-1. Way upstairs, and Paul's able to keep it in front of her.
Yeah, not an easy play for Paul right there. That one almost sailed over. Somehow able to snag it down to keep from going to the backstop.
The 1-1. Again, showing bunt. Robinson lays it down. Ruth goes to first, where Warner made the catch seated on the turf.
Yeah, she slid down on a knob, obviously on accident, and still able to make the play. Thankfully, it was not a high throw that Kennedy Ruth made, and Warner just able to make that play over at first.
Well, that's a good job of staying coordinated after losing her footing by Warner. And the Dolphins get the first out on the play at first base. Mata now in scoring position. Kendall Johnson will come to the plate here.
And she was hit by the pitch.
She is hit by the first pitch of the AB. So that will set up the force all around. Not necessarily the worst thing against a very dangerous hitter.
The pitcher, number 23, Gianna Longo.
That will bring up Gianna Longo.
Longo is getting the start in the circle today. And now, with a big opportunity, first and second, still just one out.
There's a knee-high strike, 0-1. I think the force all around helps the Dolphins. We mentioned already Johnson, a very dangerous hitter. The 0-1. That's taken up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Longo, 8 for 29 to begin the year. She has drawn 7 walks as well. .432 on base percentage, and she's ahead 2-1. Two and 1. On the outside corner, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Upstairs, ball 3. And with the count full.
Curious, maybe do the runners go on this pitch, Joe?
I don't think so with the lead runner heading for third, but you're in a spot now with a full count and 2 runners on where you have to throw a strike if you're Ruth. And she does. It's a swing and miss by Longo. And that's a big punch out for Kennedy Ruth. They are now 2 away in the inning.
Big's an understatement right there, Joe. That's a huge punch out right there for Ruth. You mentioned it was a ball away from loading the bases with just 1 out, and instead gets the second out of the inning. He is now 1 out away from getting out of this jam and keeping this game scoreless heading to the bottom of the inning.
That's hit well down the left field line, but well foul. Well, Nick, I have to save the bigger words for later in the broadcast. We can't call it an enormous strikeout in the first inning.
It's stupendous.
A gargantuan strikeout.
There you go.
Now we're feeling it. 0-1 the count. At the plate here, Layla Albaran. And she's quickly behind 0-2. Ruth 1 strike away from stranding a pair in the first inning. The 0-2. And Albaran just got a piece of it. The 0-2. Hit well deep to left center, and that ball is gone. Layla Albaran with a 3-run shot has put the Chargers ahead 3-0 in the opening half inning.
And that's their first home run of the season right there, Joe. A pretty much no doubter into left field. You could tell off the contact that that one was going to go over that left field fence. And how about this start for Dominican? They put up a 3 spot. They were a strike away, strained the base runners, and instead they now have a 3-0 lead.
And how about that for some 2-strike hitting right there? It's not often against Kennedy Ruth that you see a swing like that on an 0-2 pitch. But as you said, Nick, a no-doubter clears the bases for the Chargers, who now lead CSI 3-0. That pitch in at the knees for a strike, 0-1 the count on Isabella Mitterando.
I think the problem also with that pitch that Ruth threw there, Joe, was that it pretty much crowded the entire plate. That was pretty much a hitter's pitch to swing on, and she got the most of it. So we'll see if Ruth can bounce back the rest of the way.
Pop up on the infield, caught by Warner to retire the side. But not before Dominican goes in front by 3. They lead the Dolphins 3-0. CSI coming to bat for the first time after this break. Nick and I going offline for 30 seconds as we get back our pitcher-batter camera. We'll rejoin you shortly here on CSI Sportsnet. Foul ball sending the netting back into the wire. disconnected our camera, as that is caught on a line at third by Mata. It's a tough luck out for Presley Bourne to begin the home first.
Oh, they call it the hot corner for a reason, Joe. That one was another big-time line drive, but right place, right time for that first out of the inning.
Meanwhile, a scoring update from Flushing, New York, where you and I will be on the call tomorrow, Nick. It is 5-2, baseball with a lead on the road against Queens. Tomorrow, the Dolphins will host D'Youville University at Queens. So you and I will take another road trip tomorrow. The Dolphins hoping to come away with at least one win, maybe two, entering that doubleheader against the Saints tomorrow in Flushing.
It'll be great for that Dolphins baseball team if they can first get the win here today and hold on to that lead that you just mentioned. That would be a big, big start.
And there's a grounder through the middle for a base hit. Gianna Lopez on with one away in the home first inning. First base runner of the game for the Dolphins.
And talk about getting things started right there. Lopez going with that pitch right there up the middle for a base hit. We saw the Dolphins give up 3 in that top half of the inning. Now trying to get back into it. We've already seen this team so far this season, Joe. Earlier on against Chestnut Hill, remember, they were down 4-0 after the top half of the first. Were able to get all 4 runs back. We'll see if they can try something again.
Madeline Paul will bat here. Paul now batting third in the order. We saw her hit fifth a bit in CSI's last doubleheader. No Bridget Motley in the Dolphins lineup for game one. As Lopez takes off for second, the throw into the runner is a bit offline, and Lopez had to dive back into the bag.
Twice on that play, Joe, she had to avoid it because the first initial throw, she was pretty much in the vicinity of that throw, and then she came off the bag and had to just get back in safely.
Full Dolphins lineup 1 through 9. Bourne, Lopez, Paul, Warner, Judson, Morris, Smith, Carey, and Del Masto. Count now 2-1 on the Dolphins catcher as we get one more look at that play over at second.
Avoid the first tag and then avoid the second tag. Not an easy play.
That one fouled away. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Paul goes down swinging for the second out.
Nice punch out right there by Longo, who I mentioned hasn't had many strikeouts this season, but she threw a fastball right past her for the second out. That was just her second strikeout of the season.
There's a hard hit ground ball through the right side for a base hit, and the throw to first is in time. They get Warner on the hard hit ground ball on a throw from shallow right field, and that will do it for the Dolphins in the home first inning. The Dolphins denied a second base hit on a strong throw from the corner outfield, and they strand one. Lopez was going to be held at third, but CSI settles for just the one base hit, and we go to the second. Dominican on top of Staten Island, 3-0. And we are back from the CSI softball complex, where Nick has one more look queued up of that out at first base to conclude the last half inning. And Nick, it was a close play, but I think Warner was safe.
Yeah, I think so too, Joe. It was really close. Initially, I thought it wasn't the right call. I still believe that, but it was a bang-bang play over at first base.
It certainly was close, but I think, Nick, what makes it easier for us to see on replay is that there's good contrast between the ball and the outfield turf, and you can really see that ball just isn't quite there yet when Warner reaches first base. But the Dolphins are denied in the home first inning, and Kennedy Ruth returns to the circle trailing 3-0 as she records a very quick out. Retired just a couple of pitches, Emily Angulo, and there's one away in the road second.
Well, now it all comes down to Joe for Ruth. How do you respond after giving up the home run that last inning? She was able to get the foul out after giving up the home run. Starts off this inning with that pop-up. We'll see if she can bounce back and keep the Dolphins within reach.
That pitch taken out of the zone for ball one. At the plate here is Mia Valverde. The 1-0, up and away, 2-0. And we said it during the pregame, Nick. Earlier in the week against Jefferson, the Dolphins did have chances with runners on base. Failed to cash in on many of those, as that swung on and missed. Count now 2-1 on Valverde, but another opportunity there. It looked like Warner had come through with the hit. I don't think Lopez had any chance to score. Taryn Judson would have been next.
Yeah, I don't think they were a center on that play. It was a shallow hit ball into right field, but you would have brought the tying run to the plate. And I think that's the more troubling part of that unfortunate sequence that happened over at first base.
And Judson certainly a power threat as well. That hurts a bit, knowing that. Potentially bringing her to the plate with 2 on. 3-1 is in for a strike, 3-2. And Valverde did not think so.
I'm sure her dugout also did not think so either.
Another full count. It's 3-2 on the Chargers' second baseman. Payoff pitch on the way. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Ruth goes up the ladder to get Valverde swinging, and there are 2 gone in the inning.
Another big punch out right there for Kennedy Ruth. And you said it, 3-1. They thought they had to walk. They get the strike, and then Ruth comes right back with the fastball high and in and was able to get the punch out right there for the second out.
Ruth had to work hard in that first inning, looking for a quick second here. The number 9 hitter, Victoria Iorio, at the plate, and she takes a strike, 0-1.
And how many times did we see in that game against Jefferson, Ruth going inside, low and inside, I should say, with that fastball and able to get the strike call right there. She gets another one right there.
And she went after a pitch well out of the zone there to make it 0-2.
There's a chance for a 1-2-3 inning right here.
Ruth was well over 20 pitches in the first. The 0-2 on the way, and it's fouled off. It remains 0-2. The 0-2. Chopped on the ground to third, played on one hop by Lopez. And her throw is just in time to get Iorio for the third out in the road second. It's a good bounce back 1-2-3 inning in the circle for Kennedy Ruth. The Dolphins come to bat in the bottom half, still trailing 3-0. Taryn Judson will lead off for the Dolphins in the home half of inning number 2. Dominican on top of CSI, 3-0. Gianna Longo in the circle for the Chargers. Nick, did we get her line in the first inning?
We did. I mentioned it during the pregame.
Very good. She's behind 1-0 here on Judson. That's in for a strike, 1-1.
She was able to record her second strikeout of the season in that first inning. I mentioned she is not really a strikeout pitcher so far on the year. She's been getting a lot of her outs through the field.
And that's hit well to center field. And that is headed off the wall. Judson barely missing a solo home run there as the throw got away on the infield. And Nick, I thought she got enough of it, but she chose the deepest part of the ballpark.
I think with the wind that we had maybe earlier in the week, that might have had a potential to go over that wall, but not much of a wind here today. But you're right, Joe. Thought for maybe a second that was going to be her second home run of the season, and she just missed it by a few inches.
I think that was off the padding near the top of the wall, Nick. That's about as close as it gets.
And because of that ricochet, it only awarded her a single on that play. It was a very long single on that one.
That is a well-struck single. There's a grounder to the left side. They get one at second and will not have a play on Abby Morris over at first base. One away now for Soleil Smith.
Judson giving her a scatter report before she goes up to the plate.
Up, and the towel
there it goes again.
Tucked.
Yeah.
Those towels have been a menace this year.
They have been a big problem.
Chopper to first. They get the out there and throw to second, not nearly in time. Morris moves into scoring position on the ground out by Smith. And it will be left to Kaylee Carey with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position.
Well, let's see if Carey can make the Chargers pay for that play over at first base. That was the right decision to get the out, but they were not able to get the out over at second base, so the Dolphins do get a runner into scoring position.
That pitch taken low by Carey, 1-0. Ran inside on Carey, 2-0. Quick look in to baseball against Queens. It is 5-2 CSI, top of the 8th. Dolphins 6 outs away from their first conference win as Carey swings and misses, 2-1. By the time this season is over, Nick, we'll probably have had the chance to check out just about every baseball venue in the ECC.
That's true. That is true.
There's a called strike, 2-2. I have been to D'Youville's home stadium in Buffalo as well for last year's conference tournament. So I think by the end of the year, I will have attended a game in every venue. 2-2. Grounded through the legs of the first baseman Johnson and into right field. Throw to the plate, a good one, and Morris is out. What a throw from right field by Angulo as Morris is cut down, trying to score from second. Nick, we'll get a look at it on replay. It looks like Mark Biancaviso is arguing that the plate was blocked. Let's see. We have a great look at it, Nick.
We have our live view because I was able to switch the camera at the very tail end towards the play at the plate.
Oh, we had a bit of blur there, so let's go to the other replay. You want to go in tight. And let's see if we get that camera. Yeah, we don't get the glitch without the switch. Unintentional rhyming. That's blocking the plate, Nick.
Yeah.
If
there's really nowhere for her to go.
Yeah, I would say that they blocked the plate. But to be honest, Nick, I didn't realize you couldn't block the plate at the collegiate level. I didn't even know that was a rule.
Yeah.
Probably should know that, and probably shouldn't have admitted I don't know that. But, you know, you have to admit what you don't know, right, Nick?
Yeah.
Nobody better at that than
Nick. Wow.
Well,
I don't know if I want to go there.
I always say, Nick, fake it till you make it.
That was kind of like our conversation earlier in the week about the NCAA tournament. Better not to know
exactly,
not to know about any teams in the tournament, and instead of the people that do know what's going on in the tournament.
Exactly. So the Dolphins are denied for a second time in the bottom half of the second. No time for a break, Nick. We head to the top of the third. Dominican leading 3-0.
How big it was that play, though, to end that last half inning, Joe. A huge play for Dominican out in right field. A strong throw, as you mentioned. It was a pitcher-perfect throw towards the plate.
How about the start to this game for Angulo in right field? She
Yeah.
has a putout on the throw to first base, or an assist, I think that would officially go down
assist.
as. An assist on the play at first. How often do you see that?
Not often.
And an assist at home from the throw in right field just moments ago.
I certainly think at this point that they're going to pay close attention to her arm throughout the remainder of this game and going into next game.
That was a tremendous throw to the plate, and it took a perfect throw. Now, I guess I'm putting you on the spot a bit here. Letter of the law, do you know the rule for blocking the plate in Major League Baseball? Like, how is that? I hardly ever see it called anymore.
I think they just award the run, do they not?
Well, they do award the run, but what constitutes blocking the plate?
That, you see, I should know that also.
I really couldn't tell you.
There's a certain spot towards the plate that you cannot, block off. You have to give the runner some leeway to at least attempt to make a slide into the play. I think the problem was on that play, her left leg was preventing her from sliding in.
The way that I see it, and I could be completely wrong, I would assume you have to be positioned to the right of the upper left corner of the plate, or maybe the lower left corner. You can't block anywhere in there because that's where the line is running to.
Right.
So you can't obstruct the corner. You could stand in front of the plate, but you can't obstruct the corner of the plate. That would be my guess.
And I think the best way to look at it, I could be wrong, but I think we had an instance of that in the World Series we just had this past October.
That's a good off-speed pitch from Ruth. She comes back from behind 3-0 to strike out Nicole Mata for out number 1.
If I'm not mistaken, I felt like that did happen in one of the 7 games in the World Series this past October where I believe it was the Blue Jays were contesting that a similar sequence happened, but the umpire did not award the blocking of home plate. They said that was a clean play and everything was fine. I could be completely wrong. I think it was in one of those 7 games.
I was about to say, let's ask our SID. What's the rule for blocking the plate? Steph can ask. Have Steph ask. Rule for blocking home plate. We're getting puzzled looks.
No one knows.
We're going to show Steph the replay between innings, and she can give her input whether or not she thinks it's blocking the plate. Stephanie, our statistician, seated to Nick's left. Another off-speed pitch by Ruth is fouled away. The count 1-2 on Deja Robinson.
I know Steph's enjoying the weather here today.
I don't think anybody enjoyed the cold less than Stephanie the other day.
No.
By the time we were done, she was frozen in place. I didn't know who was scoring the game.
And she didn't have any gloves on either, Joe.
Well, I made the adjustment. We have the tech gloves. Unfortunately, they are still sitting in the mailroom in the lobby of my building.
Well, I don't think we're going to need them today. Tomorrow might be a different circumstance. We'll see.
Tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. 2-2 the count on Robinson. Off-speed pitch sails high, 3-2. Baseball has tacked on a run. In the top of the 8th, they lead Queens 6-2. Nick, of course, on the call for baseball tomorrow. Payoff pitch, hit out to left center. And ranging to her right to make the catch is Del Masto, 2 away in the inning.
A strong start in that game for Michael First. Big time outing. The Dolphins really needing that because, Joe, with, of course, them having this game today, they have the doubleheader tomorrow. We always speak about having the opportunity to save some arms in the bullpen and try to use them maybe over the weekend. So Michael First able to give them a couple good strong innings here today. We'll see what happens tomorrow in their 2 games.
And Nick, in the top of the 8th, as that is hit sharply into the left field corner for an extra base hit. Bourne tracks it down on the warning track and into second base standing with a double is Kendall Johnson. But Nick, in that game, Mikey First got the start, pitched well. Aiden Keelty just came out for his 2nd inning of relief in the 8th. So I would presume that means Keelty is not going to start a game either in game 2 today or tomorrow. Though you could use him as a bridge to get to Jack Kehoe and then pitch him again tomorrow, perhaps. or perhaps multiple innings in game 2 as well. You can run him in both games, maybe. Both games of a doubleheader, and then he's out for tomorrow.
Could be the case. I was also trying to communicate to put up 2 outs on the board.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Good job. Bad job to our scoreboard operator. Who is that?
They're making me look bad with scoreboard.
That's right. Nick does not have control over the on-screen display. That is linked to our scoreboard devices. Gianna Longo is now behind 0-2.
Can only be blamed if I have the wrong runner on base.
Correct.
I don't. I saw you look for a second.
Have to make sure. 0-2 the count on Longo. Ruth 1 strike away from a scoreless third. And Ruth lost her footing on the delivery.
A couple players have been losing their footing here so far.
Second time today.
Warner lost it over at first. Ruth loses right there in the circle.
1-2 the count on Longo. And that's fouled off. Johnson in scoring position. Longo looking to make this a 4-run game. Ruth hoping to keep it right where it is.
She's looking to help her own cause.
That is true as well. The 1-2 skips to the backstop. And maybe I should move the backpack as well, Nick.
That backstop.
Very flimsy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, if we were seated close, the way that foul ball hit the wire and knocked out the camera, could have been us, Nick. 2-2 now. Johnson up to third, and that's hit out towards shallow center and down for a base hit. And I think that wild pitch likely made the difference, Nick. I doubt Johnson scores from second otherwise.
I don't think so on that play, Joe, because it was hit into shallow center. They would have been able to at least have a cutoff towards the plate. But because of that wild pitch, he was able to get third base, and then it leads to the single right there. So Longo does help her own cause, and her team now leads at 4-0.
Layla Albaran, who homered off of Ruth in the first inning, comes to the plate now. Longo, the runner on first, 2 gone.
The relay over, that's 4-0. They still have 3.
What are we doing over there?
I don't know. I promise.
We need less teaching, more scoreboard updating. As Carey
How about that play?
Makes a nice slide and grab over at short, and that will do it for the Chargers in the third inning. 1 run home for Dominican in the inning makes it 4-0. Dominican, New York over Staten Island by 4 as we head to the home half of inning number 3. And we are back for the bottom half of the third inning from the College of Staten Island. Nick, it's been a strong start for Dominican in this game. Already 4 runs home, and they've gotten some good defensive play in addition to the 4 runs on 3 hits in the early going. There's a pop-up shallow right field. Angulo with another chance, this time using the glove rather than the arm to make a play. And there's one away in the inning.
Yeah, I think, big for Longo. She helped her own cause with that RBI single in that last half inning. Her team now of 4 runs in this spot. And Longo has pretty much made it look pretty easy so far throughout this game so far. It already has a first pitch out to start off this home third.
And we did some digging in between innings and got some clarification on the blocking rule, and by our estimation, it was certainly blocking. The replay, I think, confirmed that, Nick, but
yeah.
We did some digging to check what the barometer is for blocking, and Alberon blocked the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count on Presley Bourne. Dolphins leadoff hitter is 0 for 1. And she fouls one back into the roadway. Fortunately, Nick, you are not parked behind the outfield wall today. It's a Friday.
Not today, thankfully.
A Friday on campus. Not as many classes. Matt is making himself known. Joe, let Matt know he is in the pitcher-batter camera. Let Matt know he's in the pitcher-batter camera.
Where is he? Can't miss him.
Where is he? And that one's lofted in foul ground. I don't know about that.
I don't agree with that one either.
He says he wants to be on camera.
Oh, well, then he's in camera.
All right, well.
You're good. Gianna Longo losing her airtime to Matt Scally, our AD. Are we good now? Let's get a look at that last replay.
You see it towards the tail end. That's a fair ball.
That is a fair ball
That's
and a half,
fair
Nick.
ball.
Chopper to short. And what do they say, Nick?
Ball don't lie.
Yeah, that was pretty obviously a fair ball, though.
Yeah. Imagine if Lou was here to see that.
How composed. I mean, Mark Biancaviso right there looking down the line. He probably had the best angle.
Yeah, 100%.
Unflappable in the third base coaching box. That will bring up Gianna Lopez. And Bourne's going to draw some attention over at first base, Nick. In a 4-run game, do you send her? Probably not. But
probably not, but you got to find a way to get back in this game.
I'll tell you, if they play this far in, they will.
Yeah.
It's tough when you're playing a batter in to then get over there, but the middle infielders are at a more standard depth. I'm surprised they're playing Lopez in, Nick. Do they really think she would bunt? That one fouled away.
I wouldn't think so.
Well, I just don't see it.
Some might say there's just no way.
I was about to say, did our foul ball chaser duck the camera? I expected an obstruction. 2-1. In there, and they'll throw behind Bourne, who dives back into first. 2-2 the count on the Dolphins' third baseman, Lopez. She's already 1 for 1 in this game. Singled up the middle her first time. 2-2 on the outside corner for strike 3 called.
Very nice pitch right there by Longo. You mentioned on the outside corner, able to freeze her at the plate. And now 2 gone in the inning.
That will bring up Madeline Paul. Paul 0 for 1. Now I think there's a good chance the Dolphins get Bourne moving, and that's a great read by Bourne as that ball got away from Alberon just a bit.
Yeah, it didn't hesitate as soon as she saw the ball hit the turf. Immediately going to second base, and the Dolphins, for now the second straight inning, now have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
1-0 the count on Paul. Now batting in an RBI spot. She sends one back up the middle for a base hit. They will hold Bourne at third, and on the throw to the plate, Paul wisely moves up to second.
And that was wise, too, over at third base, Joe, because they had another good strong throw out in center field, holding that runner over to third base. But now, for Warner, the Dolphins, best hitter so far in the season in terms of batting average, she now has an opportunity to cut into the deficit, second and third, and still 2 outs.
How about the arms in this Chargers outfield? That was another great throw by Robinson, as you said, Nick. That one fouled off by Olivia Warner, 0-1. And Nick, if you're the Dolphins and You have 2 in scoring position. I'm not sure there's another hitter you'd want up at the plate right now.
Yeah, this is the hitter you want in this spot as we get a look at that last play. If you want anyone up in this opportunity, it's certainly Warner.
0-1. Popped up. Here it comes. Pat.
Pat?
Oh, Pat, come on.
No one made an attempt.
Pat Fleming didn't even try.
Either one of them could have made a play.
He could have become a legend.
He's got Pringles in his hand, Joe. He's got Pringles? You can't drop the Pringles.
Ditch the Pringles. Ditch the Pringles. He had a chance to become a legend.
Look out.
By the way,
Bruh.
I don't think Joe cares about the flinching at this point.
Joe, you can leave the backpack on the concrete.
Yeah,
I think it's best the backpack is not up there.
He needs it for his roster.
He needs it to hold the roster. What are the chances, Nick? 1 pitch, foul ball that could have been caught by a member of the crew. Oh,
it's chance again. Nah, not that time. The tree got it.
The tree got it. I don't think anybody will ever replicate what I did.
No.
Now, if another one comes, Nick, do I give way to you?
I might have to rob it from you.
Well, no, you need to catch one, too. That way we can come up with a nickname for you as well.
I could try.
You know, I'm the CFO, catching fouls off screen. What are you going to be?
I don't know. I don't think I want to know, honestly.
We'll think of something.
That might be something for off the air.
We'll think of something. 1-2, the count on Warner. And she chases the high fastball for strike 3. Longo picks up her 3rd strikeout and strands a pair on base in the home 3rd inning. We head to the 4th. Dominican leads Staten Island 4-0. And we are back from the CSI softball complex with Chargers lead the Dolphins 4-0. CSI with another chance in that last half inning as that's popped up on the edge of the infield turf and caught by Carey for a quick first out. Isabella Mitterando retired on 1 pitch. But, Nick, Dolphins had 2 in scoring position, their hottest hitter, and Olivia Warner at the plate. And it was a big strikeout for Gianna Longo, who, as you mentioned earlier, Nick, doesn't strike out many. She picked up a big one to close out that last half inning.
Yeah, certainly did, Joe. And I think in that spot, considering that
there's a rope into left center field, that will roll all the way to the fence. And Emily Angulo jumps on the first pitch and reaches with a 1-out double.
Well, we saw Ruth get the first pitch out to start the inning, and then the second pitch of the inning gets into left center field for a double. But going back to that strikeout for Longo, Joe, that was huge for her because you're facing arguably the Dolphins' best hitter at the plate this season, and got a big punch out right there, got a fastball on the outside, high and outside, and was able to make her chase a huge strikeout, keep the runners stranded to keep her team up 4 runs.
Mia Valverde at the plate here. Valverde 0 for 1, struck out her first time. And she tries to bunt and pops one up into the on-deck circle alongside the Dolphins dugout. They are in the top of the 9th inning in Flushing. Baseball still leading Queens 6-2. Dolphins with a runner on second and one out looking for some insurance with a 4-run lead.
Look out. The oohs and ahs, not something you want to hear.
And it looks like, for a moment there, I thought they were holding up fingers for Valverde to count over there at first base. But she appears okay. Our head coach and the on-site trainer heading out as well. And she will, unsurprisingly, remain in the game. All is well over there at first base.
Good sight to see.
Victoria Iorio will be the batter now, and will they ask their number 9 hitter to lay down a bunt and move 2 into scoring position for the leadoff hitter, Nicole Mata?
Judging by the Dolphins' infield, Joe, I think they're expecting it.
I think they are wise to expect it. Iorio 0 for 1 at the plate. Long look in here from Ruth. Bunt shown and laid down. Ruth has it, and Warner is there to cover first.
She's grateful she didn't slip this time around.
You know, Nick, I thought about making mention of that, and I didn't, but you did. The question is, do you have a replay of the slip?
Yes.
You do. So we
Yeah.
have both.
We do have both.
Okay, we'll share those with the team later.
Do they want to see that, though?
Well, I'm sure. How many are on the roster? However many there are on the roster, -2. We'll
I
be
had to do
happy
some math.
we saved them. Chopper left side and out of play, foul ball. Mata 0 for 1 at the plate. A walk and a strikeout in her first 2 at-bats. The 0-1. Upstairs, 1-1. One and 1. On the corner, 1-2.
Chance for Ruth right here to escape the trouble, Joe. With second and third, 2 outs. A strike away from getting out of the inning.
Two in scoring position, 2 outs. Ruth 1 strike away, as Nick mentioned. You've got to be kidding me. Down goes the backpack a second time. And Joe, oh, Nick's bag.
Why is
up
my
there.
bag being put up for tribute?
Switch the bag. Because I have the papers over here.
I didn't give him authorization to do that.
By the way, Joe did not flinch.
Thank you. Did not flinch. 1-2. It is taken low. If I flinched, my aura is immediately gone. I lose my title.
The headset's off.
I lose my authority, and honestly, I should lose my headset as well. You can't flinch. 2-2 the count. And that's taken high, ball 3.
Well, a walk isn't necessarily the worst thing, Joe. You obviously don't want to walk this batter, especially when you're up in the count, but you do have first base open in the spot. You see Ruth shaking off a couple of signs.
You know, it's funny, Nick. I thought you were shaking off the chant for a moment. I knew it was for signs, but that's hit well to center. And Almasto's going to have room as she makes the catch just shy of the warning track for the final out in the road 4th inning. 2 stranded in the frame for the Chargers. They still lead CSI 4-0. Taron Judson will lead off for the Dolphins in the home half of the fourth inning, as the first pitch from Gianna Longo is in for a strike, 0-1. Judson had a long single her first time up as Longo misses low. The Dolphins out hitting the Chargers 5-4 thus far, but CSI has not pushed across a run yet. And the 1-1 misses high, 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's somewhat eerily similar to what happened earlier in the week, Joe. The chances have been there for the Dolphins, but have just not been able to capitalize with runners in score position. They've had chances the last 2 innings.
I think when you look back to the games against Jefferson, they didn't have many chances with their big bats at the plate and runners on. They got the opportunity for Warner with 2 on a bit earlier, couldn't cash in. Each team has left 3 on base thus far. And the 2-2 misses high, 3-2 on Judson.
Very tough pitch for Judson to take right there. We've seen that called a couple times in this game already, that outside strike, but she was able to take it. Now count goes to full.
3-2 gets through the legs of Alberon into the backstop. Judson trying to entice a throw.
Give it the good old happy feet over at first base, and she'll be pitch ran over at first.
They've gone to the bottom of the 9th and Flushing for baseball. It is 6-2 Dolphins. Aiden Kiltion for a 3rd inning of relief has the first out in the home 9th inning with his team leading by 4. They'll play a doubleheader in Flushing today, as we will here. Angie Guerrero, the pinch runner, over at first. Abby Morris, the batter. Morris 0 for 1 at the plate.
Corner infielders may be expecting a bunt in this spot.
I would honestly be shocked if they bunt, Nick.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily agree with the strategy, but
I think she may have just been showing
yeah,
to give Guerrero a chance to run.
Could have been a fake out.
Yeah, they're not bunting. And that throw to first will retire Morris. So it has the same effect.
The good old swinging bunt, as they like to call it.
Guerrero into scoring position. 1 away in the inning. And Soleil Smith will come to the plate. Smith 0 for 1 thus far, and she went around on the half swing, 0-1. The 0-1. Sliced foul, 0-2. The 0-2. Off the outside corner, 1-2. One and 2. Upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I don't know if you heard, Joe. They've gone final in Flushing.
Dolphins take game 1, 6-2. Game 2 will begin there in about 30 minutes. You can also tune into that on Flow College. Bit of a unique perspective for that game, we'll say, Nick, but
certainly
you'll be able to follow the action with the live broadcast. Three and 2, the count on Smith. And she chops that one foul. Tough to make out from our perspective, Nick. Did she go after ball 4?
It's close.
It's
because
so hard to tell because she got on top of it.
Here's the problem, because they've been calling the inside fastball low and inside. There has been called a strike today, so you have to maybe take a defensive cut there because you can't really tell.
Another 3 and 2. Well, that was certainly ball 4, and Smith goes down on strikes. Guerrero holds at second, and there are 2 gone in the inning.
Yeah, tough break right there for Smith. You mentioned that was definitely going to be ball 4. That one hitting the turf a little bit of a bounce. Longo with one striker coming into this game, gets another punch out right there. Is got a chance to get out of another situation right here. They'll be up to Carey.
Carey 1 for 1. Singled her first time up. Base hit here probably scores a run, but we've seen it already, Nick. Good arms in the outfield for the Chargers have made a difference in this game. Carey behind 0-1. Pitch on the way from Longo is taken up and in. The 1-1. Fouled off. 1-2 now on the Dolphin shortstop. Dolphins once again have an opportunity with a runner in scoring position. 2 outs here in the home 4th inning. 1-2 pitch. Fouled back, and don't know if you saw your bag, Nick, but it swayed quite a bit. The new anchor for the paperwork on the backstop.
There's not much in the bag.
Okay. We have a roaming PA announcer, so his rosters are being held down on the backstop by Nick's bag. As that's hit out towards shallow left center. And the catch is made by the left fielder, Valerio. And that will do it for the Dolphins in the home 4th inning. CSI strands another and still trail 4-0. We head to the 5th from the CSI softball complex. Fifth inning getting underway from the CSI softball complex. Dominican over Staten Island 4-0. As the first pitch in the 5th is taken low, ball 1. Deja Robinson at the plate here. She's 0 for 1 thus far. Entering the inning, Kennedy Ruth was at 71 pitches. That last one, number 72. The 1-0. Up and away, 2-0.
Robinson, a big factor in keeping this game scoreless for the Dolphins. Remember that throw from center field? The Dolphins had a runner on second. If not for that throw, Dolphins could have gotten their first run of the game on that spot, but just able to strand that runner over at third base.
Chopper through the left side, base hit. Lopez made a good attempt on the dive. It just got under her glove. And it's a leadoff single for Robinson to begin the 5th. That will bring up Kendall Johnson.
The first baseman, number 18, Kendall Johnson.
Johnson 1 for 1. Already 2 runs scored in this game. Was hit by a pitch as well. And that's it deep down the line. Foul ball. It had the distance and was just wide of that newly painted, and how high would you say that is? 50-foot foul pole? More than that?
Sure.
I'm going to go 50 feet.
We've done this so many times where you've asked me about
heights,
and I tell you all the time, I am not good with that.
Well, how tall am I? 6'10"? Ready to play center next year? My 1 semester of eligibility? You said you're bad with heights.
Hey, sometimes we've seen a couple of G Leaguers come back to college this year in college basketball.
Oh, yeah?
It's happened before.
Okay.
Not that I think
I
it's
have to enroll in a grad course.
not that I think it's ethical, but that's besides the point.
There's a called strike. 1-2 the count.
Do they know the count, though? They don't.
Have Steph relay.
She knows.
But do they know?
No. There we
waiting.
go. We got it.
There we go. Pat's such a good teacher. He's such a good teacher that he can't focus on his job now.
He was distraught. There was a tennis match he was going to watch before we got here, and it was postponed because of weather.
Ah, I was going to say
So he might be down the dumps because of that.
I was going to say something tells me he's still watching, but it was postponed by weather, so
It was
he's not.
postponed by weather.
Okay. 2-2 on Johnson. Nobody out here in the road 5th. Robinson the runner at first. Ruth will check the wristband. 2-2 on the way. And that skips in for ball 3. Count full on Johnson. And a walk here really puts Ruth in a tough spot with nobody out and 2 on base. Payoff pitch coming. Hit in the air. Straightaway right field. And caught. Morris had to go a long way, but she got there along the line. And there's one away in the frame.
The pitcher, number 23, Gianna Longo.
That will bring up Gianna Longo.
Longo, a great start so far in the circle. Also has an RBI hit in this game.
Pitch on the way. Taken for a strike. 0-1. Longo 1 for 2 at the plate. Has a run batted in as well. The 0-1. Off-speed pitch hit well to right field. Morris looking up, and that ball is out of here. It's a 2-run homer for Gianna Longo. And she helps her own cause with that 2-run blast to make it 6-0 Chargers.
Yeah, definitely helping her case right there, Joe. She now has 3 RBIs on the day and now has her first home run of this season. That one, a line drive into right field. And it's now a 6-0 lead for the Chargers.
That one, a line drive off the bat of Longo. It got out of here in a hurry. The only question was, Nick, did she get it high enough to clear the wall? And that one just traveled over the padded border atop the fence in right center field. Chargers now lead it 6-0. Layla Albaron, the batter. And she takes just off the corner 1-0.
She had the Chargers' first official home run of the season earlier on in this game.
Want to know the count on the Dominican catcher. And that's hit off the glove of the diving Lopez, past the diving carry, and into left field for another Chargers hit. Albaron now 2 for 3. And Isabella Minorando will be the batter.
And they're making really good contact now, Joe, in these last couple of innings. We saw in the game against Jefferson, as this game got on a little bit later on in the game, we saw Jefferson taking advantage and getting some RBS, getting some runs and some hits. As this game is now progressing, now we see Dominican doing the same.
Melanie Fiumara will be the pinch runner over at first base. And Nick, all of a sudden you're looking at a situation where if the Chargers can get a couple more runs home in this inning, the Dolphins are down to their final 3 outs when they come to bat. First pitch to Minorando. Chopped to the left side, played on a hop. Lopez threw it away, and it goes into right field. The throw to third, though, is in time, and they get the pinch runner, Fiumara, getting perhaps just a bit greedy there, trying to take third.
Well, why get it the conventional way when you can get it the unconventional way? They still get the lead runner out, but over at third base they get it on the putout out from right field.
So when you score that, do you score an error on that play?
I think you have to, yeah.
As that's grounded through the middle for a base hit. Emily Angulo, with her second hit of the game, puts 2 on for the Chargers, and now that out at third looms much larger. Well, the batter, Nick, certainly reaches on a fielder's choice. I guess you give a throwing error and then a put out at third on the same play. You don't see that very often for a third baseman, a throwing error and then a put out?
Yeah.
Or was it carry covering?
It was carry covering.
Well, you didn't see it on that play either, as the Dolphins get the out at third. Paul didn't let that one get far enough away, and they cut down Mitirando trying to move from second base to third.
Couple big base running mishaps for the Chargers in this inning, but Longo's home run now puts them up 6.
Dominican 6, Staten Island nothing. Dolphins come to bat in the home 5th after this break. Julia Del Masto will lead off the home 5th inning for the Dolphins. CSI trailing 6-0 as Del Masto takes high 1-0. And Nick, Dolphins, you could argue, were bailed out a bit in that inning by some base running mishaps from the Chargers. That being said, Dominican continues to swing the bats well. A couple of home runs in this game, now 8 hits. As that's it out towards shallow left field and caught De Valerio there for the first out of the inning. But some good things from the Dolphins in this game, some better things at the plate from the Chargers thus far.
Yeah, you couldn't really tell, Joe, that this team's coming into today with an 0-12 record. They have been tremendous on every single aspect. Getting a shutout right now from Longo. She's also helped their cause with a home run. They've had 2 home runs today, and they've also had a couple big plays in the field. The throw out from right field to first base, the throw out from right field towards the plate, and they also prevented a run as well from that throw out in center field.
You've gotten the hitting, the pitching, the defense. The only component that's really been missing is the base running.
Yeah.
Presley Bourne, the batter, takes high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bourne 1 for 2 at the plate thus far. The 1-1, fouled off. One and 2, the count on Bourne. And there's a chopper foul.
Had to go out in front to get that last one.
About the multicolored bat there.
You know, I didn't notice until you said it.
I didn't notice it until just now, so we
Orange
discovered it
and pink.
together.
And blue.
That's spray painted for sure, as that's taken low and away.
Should we spray paint our bats when we play in the softball game?
That's assuming I'm around for that game. 2-2, chopper to short. Played on the backhand by Mitirando. Her throw is just in time. Let's see what the replay has to say, Nick.
I think they got the call right on this one.
So do I. But I didn't question it before, and it turns out maybe I should have. Ooh, I don't know, Nick.
A little bit closer than I thought. I'll slow it down.
I think working against me there is that it was handled so cleanly and hit hard enough that I didn't think it was going to be that close.
Safe.
Yeah, it's close. There's a nice play in the circle by Longo. Lopez retired quickly, and the Dolphins go down 1-2-3 in the home 5th inning. We head to the 6th at the CSI Softball Complex. Dominican on top of CSI 6-0. First pitch of the 6th inning upcoming from the CSI Softball Complex as that's taken low for ball 1. Mia Valverde at the plate here where she's 0 for 1 in this game. Dolphins still without a run as we enter the final 2 innings of this game, barring those 2 dreaded words, the 2 most devastating words in all of collegiate broadcasting.
I won't say it.
I won't say them either.
I'll keep it to myself.
Now, is the most devastating word or words in basketball 1 word or 2 by your estimation? 1 word, right? The most devastating word?
In basketball?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm trying to think of what the word is.
It's overtime, we could say, since
Overtime.
we're playing here at softball. But
Yeah, that's 1 word. That's
one word, I agree.
Yeah.
Anyone who says 2 is off the crew.
Yeah, no.
As Joe would say, they're cursed. There's a called strike, 2-2 on Valverde.
I think there was only one. Do we only have one overtime broadcast this year? I think you and Joe called that game, right? Do
We
you,
had Damon overtime for the women's basketball
Oh,
team.
right.
And I believe
The
that was it.
Duville men's game, I think, went to overtime. Did it not?
Did it?
Maybe I'm
Chopper
wrong.
toward the middle, and that's going to be a hit. Carrie made a good effort to get there. It hit off her glove, but she wasn't going to have a play. And it's a leadoff single for Valverde to begin the 6th.
Yeah, I think you're right. I can't tell. I obviously wasn't there for that one. I thought maybe it went to overtime, but I think at the end, Chestnut hit the free throws.
It didn't
and
go to overtime.
It did not. Yeah, I
did
think it
not.
was 72-75.
They got one final stop at the buzzer.
Right, okay.
You can always check our highlight packages.
That's true.
Every Dolphins win at home. And a couple on the road. As that's bunted to Lopez at third. Her only play is to first. And they get the out on Victoria Iorio.
Successful bunt right there down the third base line. That's been a couple times already today, Joe, that the Chargers have been able to get some bunt attempts that have worked.
Nicole Mata, the batter here. She comes to the plate with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. And that's taken up and in. The 1-0 on the way. Hit well to left, but Mata got under it. And it's caught just shy of the warning track by Bourne for out number 2.
Yeah, just missed it on that one. Gave that one a good ride out to left field. But just fell in front of that warning track, and now 2 gone in the inning.
She just missed it, Nick. Just missed it.
And now over in left field, maybe could have got a souvenir.
Ah, yes. He's riding the cart out in left field. Now, that could eventually be our broadcasting home, Nick, as that skied out to left and caught for the final out of the inning. Dolphins will come to bat in the home sixth inning, still trailing 6-0. We'll be right back here on CSI Sportsnet. And we are back from the CSI softball complex, where the Dolphins trail 6-0 as we begin the home sixth inning. Madeline Paul at the plate, lines one to center field, where it is caught by Robinson for a quick first out.
Right place, right time for Robinson right there. Hard hit by Paul, but right there was Robinson for the first out.
Olivia Warner will be the batter. Warner 0 for 2 at the plate. Dolphins at one point were out hitting the Chargers in this game. They're now being out hit 9-5. And Warner hits a sharp ground ball foul. For the Chargers, 6 runs on 9 hits, no errors. For the Dolphins, no runs on 5 hits and 1 error. And you said it earlier, Nick, it's been a very impressive effort in the circle for Gianna Longo in this game. Still working on the shutout as Warner takes a called strike on the outside corner, 0-2. And there goes your bag, Nick.
I didn't flinch because I wasn't working.
Joe making it clear he did not flinch. That is very important.
Here's my thing.
Is there anything worse you can do than flinch?
Here's my thing, though, Joe.
Yeah.
He keeps putting the bag up as if it's not going to
He's
happen
using
again.
it to hold the papers.
I'm well aware. It's going to keep happening.
Yeah.
Well,
He's assuming there's nothing valuable in your bag. It's only all of our excess broadcasting equipment.
Good thing my air. He could just take the notepad I have in my bag out and just use that.
Could.
Will he? No.
He'll do whatever the stars tell him to do.
Let's not get into that.
Ooh, it would. How great would it be if the numbers in the count and the outs added
don't,
up to
don't,
7?
Don't.
Because then Joe would go, look, 4, 2, what's 1 plus 3? That's not how it works?
I'll teach you more.
He's going to teach me. He's going to teach me. For those who don't know, my birthday is April 27th, and Joe and I see it everywhere. 427. We're at 425 now, Nick, up on the scoreboard. And Mark better watch out over there.
I keep mentioning it's the hot corner.
Did he flinch?
No.
He did not. He gracefully evaded the foul ball. He did not flinch.
Gracefully.
Turn in place, I don't think it's a flinch.
That's not. I agree. That's not a flinch.
You have to lose your spot.
And Warner drops one down the line for a hit. She takes the turn and will stop at first with a 1-out single.
Well, she waited on that one, Joe. It was an off-speed pitch from Longo, and because of her waiting, she was able to get it on the right time and just get it down the left field line for not an infield single, but a bloop single into left. It should now be pitch ran over at first base.
Jalen Martinez, the pinch runner for the Dolphins.
Taryn Judson doing her Irish jig.
That would have been very appropriate for earlier in the week.
Tuesday, yeah. It's true.
I think Taryn might be mic'd up for this game.
Perhaps.
Now, would it be too much to get that in the broadcast? That could be dangerous. We have the inputs for it right here, Nick.
Yeah, that might be too dangerous.
Well, you certainly don't want me mic'd up during the commercial break.
No.
No. 1-0 the count on Judson. And she just got a piece of that one. 1-1. One. Upstairs, 2-1. Throw behind Martinez, who gets back in. Dolphins picking up their 6th hit on that last soft line drive by Warner down the left field line. Judson 1 for 1 and hits one on the ground to second. They go to first with it and get the out there, 2 away.
I think some of the Dominican players were surprised she went to first base as well in that one.
Yeah, I thought they'd probably go to second there, but when you field that ball squared up toward the first base bag.
Yeah, better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, leading by 6. That is a runner you can afford to see move up. Abby Morris at the plate takes ball 1. Morris 0 for 2 thus far. The 1-0. Hit sharply through the left side for a hit. Martinez stops at third, and not quite sure why that throw came home, but De Valerio's throw allows Morris to take second base. And that's big, Nick. Now 2 in scoring position instead of 1, and Soleil Smith coming to bat.
Well, the Dolphins are hoping that Smith can make the most of this opportunity with a potential base hit to bring home both runners. But, yeah, I think that was one where they were just trying to prevent the run from scoring. They weren't going to send her towards home, but the Dolphins get awarded an extra base.
First pitch to Smith upstairs, ball 1. This is again 2-0, and for the second time they throw behind Martinez, this time at third base.
And now a conference in the circle.
Well, if you're Longo here, you have a 6-run cushion, and you're looking at the bottom third of the order for the Dolphins in this spot with Smith, Carey, and Del Masto. I don't know if Bridget Motley has class or if she would be available to pinch hit, but I presume that in a pinch hitting spot, if she is available, that'd be your go-to option. Not sure who would be next in line. I would think, I'm not really sure. Pull up those stats, Nick. We have some time here. Who's next in line that isn't playing in this game? I think in terms of total at-bats, the Dolphin with the most at-bats is Emma O'Neill, maybe? Nope, she's at 7. Got a couple with 9 there. But that is popped up on the infield, and the Dolphins will strand 2 more. Smith retired on the infield fly ball to short, and that will do it for the Dolphins in the 6th inning. CSI strands a pair and picks up a couple of base hits. We head to the 7th. Dominican looking for some insurance in front, 6-0. Kendall Johnson leads off for the Chargers in the road 7th. Dominican looking for some insurance against Kennedy Ruth. They lead the Dolphins 6-0 as Ruth skips the first pitch of the inning to the backstop for ball 1. Now, is it technically a ball in the dirt, Nick, if we're playing on turf?
I think we asked this last game, too.
Well, I framed it very differently.
Yeah, you did. But
around a different chant.
Yeah.
The 1-0.
That's true.
Popped up, and Lopez comes in to get it for the first out of the 7th.
I think everyone's still adjusting to the new turf field.
I've made myself right at home, Nick. I like how close we are to the plate here. I don't know if everyone likes that.
Outside of the camera going out.
Yeah, that's a fluke occurrence. That'll
Yeah.
be the last time, we hope. Gianna Longo, the batter now. What a day she's had. Working on a shutout in the circle, has a home run, and now she has another base hit. It's a 1-out single.
I believe her 3rd hit of this game, if I'm not mistaken.
3 for 4.
The catcher,
And we touched on it during the pregame, Nick. It's been a tough start for the Chargers this year. 0-12 coming in, but just about everything that they needed to go right in this game has gone right and then some. They've excelled in just about every area.
Yeah, Longo was one of the players I highlighted during our pregame. She's had good numbers at the plate going into today, and in the circle she's been doing good in relief appearances. But
There's another deep fly ball to right center. Diving is Del Masto, and she won't get there. It's played at the fence. That will bring home Longo. And into second base standing with an RBI double is Layla Albaran.
And Albaran, how about her as well, Joe? She's had herself quite a day. That's now 4 RBIs. She and Longo have combined for all 7 runs in this game for Dominican.
Isabella Minoranda.
Isabella Minoranda will be the batter here.
Longo and Albaran have been the 1-2 punch today for the Chargers.
When you get that kind of production from the middle of your lineup, you certainly can't complain. And that usually means good things. It wasn't a lengthy look at Ruth for this Chargers team last season, as that one's caught on the fly. I think Ruth worked 2 2/3 against Dominican last season. Didn't start a game against the Chargers in the 3 meetings last year.
Right fielder, number 24, Emily Angulo.
And Emily Angulo will be the batter. 2 away now in the road 7th. Dolphins trail 7-0. That's taken low and inside, ball 1. Angulo 2 for 3 at the plate thus far. And the 1-0 pitch is hit well to left center, and she is now 3 for 4. The throw coming into second is not in time, as Angulo slides in safely with an RBI double. That puts Dominican in front 8-0.
Day at the plate just continues for the Chargers in this one, Joe. They just continue to hit. They now have 12 hits in this game, 8-run lead now here in the 7th.
And we really haven't brought up this point yet, Nick, but we're now closing in on the start of conference play. The Dolphins with 4 more games ahead of conference play following today. Are you concerned with the swings that teams have gotten against Kennedy Ruth these last 2 games?
Yeah, the endurance is what I was kind of touching on a little bit earlier in our broadcast in the pregame, where we saw against Jefferson in the last 2 innings. That's really where the brunt of the damage came against Kennedy Ruth, and I felt like that's been a lot of the instances we've seen so far this season. Even in the game against Chestnut Hill, we saw the Dolphins had an 11-6 lead in the 7th inning. They almost lost that lead. Were able to hold on, but with the amount of games they have upcoming as well, I think that's another concern because you have to get a lot of endurance out of these pitchers.
Ruth ahead now, 0-2 on Mia Valverde. Valverde officially 1 for 2 at the plate in this game. The 0-2 coming. And that's it on the ground to short. And Carey throws across the diamond in time to retire Valverde for the final out in the road 7th. Dolphins come to bat when we return down to their final 3 outs, trailing 8-0. First pitch in the home seventh, grounded into shallow left field. Chargers getting a glove on it, could not keep it on the infield. And Kaylee Carey has her second hit of the game, a leadoff single.
And we'll have a change of coming here for the Dolphins just momentarily as well. The pitch runner.
I think that is Maylene Mendoza coming into pinch run. So Mendoza will run for Carey. And CSI now trails by 8 here in the 7th. And trailing by 8, the talk of a comeback will have to wait, Nick, but does avoiding the shutout mean anything?
I think just in terms of gaining, putting you in better spirits for game 2 would help.
Bunted and fielded by Longo, so you have to assume Del Masto is bunting for a hit there, right?
Yeah, you would think, right?
This is a situation where breaking up the shutout matters, and you try and get one run in? Perhaps.
It could be the case. I mean, you never want to see a 0.
How about that? 1-6-3. And that is a fluke of a play and a tough break for the Dolphins. How about that, Nick?
Yeah, you don't see that one very often, Joe.
1-6-3. And just like that, CSI is down to their final out.
Off the glove there, into the glove there, into the scoop at first base.
Well executed all around. And the Dolphins will break up the shutout. Gianna Lopez had to hustle down the line. It's a good thing she did. Throw came in strong from right field yet again, but it's an RBI single for Lopez. And the Dolphins are on the board. It's 8-1.
Yeah, Lopez was a little bit jammed in on that play. It was a fastball onto the inside, but just got it over the second baseman, just in the shallow right field. And you mentioned it, she had to haul all the way to first base just to get there in time.
Madeline Paul at the plate, where she is 1 for 3. She's ahead 1-0 here. Dolphins once again down to their final out, trailing 8-1. Lopez the runner on first. That pitch taken low, 2-0 on Paul. I would say, barring a late rally from the Dolphins here, we're looking at about a 4:15 start in Game 2, you think, Nick? The final out comes in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say about 4:15.
I can feel the temperature dropping slowly.
Just a bit.
My utility jacket's coming out shortly, Nick. 3-0 to Paul, off the inside corner for ball 4.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the gloves and the hat don't have to come out for me at some point, but I'll take this right now. It's not that bad.
When you've called enough games on this campus and been around as long as I have, I started with dark brown hair. I'm now about 50-50, dark brown and gray. You learn to read the temperature, and you can tell where it's trending right now as Warner takes a strike. It really comes down to how windy it is, Nick. That's really what it comes down to.
Well, we spoke about this Tuesday. There was a little bit of sun when we started this game, but that sun has certainly gone away.
And that one hit shallow center by Warner, and it's down for a hit. It skips by, and Lopez will score. Paul will move up to third, and the Dolphins now trail 8-2. Runners on the corners and 2 outs in the home 7th.
Oh, they still have some life in this game, Joe. That big bloop single right there for Warner just gets into shallow center field, and because of that bounce as well in center field, it allowed the runner to score. Dolphins now make it 8-2 with still 2 outs in the inning.
They will run for Warner a second time, so her game 1 is done. Emily Riley will head out to first base, and Taryn Judson will be the batter.
The designated player, number 35, Taryn Judson.
Well, Taryn Judson just missed a home run against Longo earlier. Keep in mind the insurance runs that came home in the top half, Nick. This inning began 6-0. And Judson takes a strike, 0-1. But if you're leading 6-2 with Judson at the plate,
yeah,
that's a situation where it all of a sudden becomes a lot more precarious. 0-1, hit sharply off the glove of Johnson, and she will take it over to the bag to end the game. Dolphins settle for 2 in the 7th as Dominican University of New York comes into the CSI softball complex and picks up their first win of the season. Our final score in Game 1, the Chargers 8 and the Dolphins 2. Well, Joe's a bit,
I don't know about 4 p.m.
Joe's a bit early on that start time. We're looking at closer to 4:15. Really? Mark told Joe 4 p.m. Okay. They want to hustle. So, Nick, we could be back in 15 minutes. But
as someone that has some St. John's game to watch later, I'm not opposed, Joe.
There you go. Until the start of Game 2, this has been Joe Foreman alongside Nicholas Bavona. Once again, it's Dominican 8 and Staten Island 2 in Game 1. We could be looking at a 4 p.m. start for Game 2, so stay with us here on CSI Sportsnet, streaming exclusively on Flow College. Game 2 coverage coming up right here at the same link. We're looking at potentially a 4 p.m. start, so stay with us. And we are back from the CSI softball complex for the start of Game 2 between the College of Staten Island and Dominican University of New York. Marina Guerrero, the starting pitcher for the Dolphins in Game 2, deals a first pitch strike to open up the ball game. And very quickly, she is ahead on Nicole Mata, 0-2. Chargers took Game 1, picking up their first win of the season. Dolphins fall to 3-6. The Chargers 1-12. It was an 8-2 victory for Dominican in our early game. And Nick, it appears we were right all along, close to a 4:15 start time for Game 2.
Yeah, I don't know who told us 4 o'clock.
Our public address announcer. Nobody likes a liar, Nick.
Yeah. He must have been talking with the scriptwriters too much this week.
I'm going to get my hat on, Nick, so...
The wind is starting to pick... Oh, boy. Wind's starting definitely to intensify now as Guerrero has a 2-2 count and misses high for ball 3. I might have to put my hat on as well at some point. I'll be fine for now. But the wind is definitely starting to pick up as this Game 2 begins. Full count 3-2. This is inside for ball 4.
All right, Nick, we got the Dolphins beanie on. We're ready to go.
All right. I need one of those.
I think we have more.
Okay.
So originally this had a palm, but you know how I feel about palms.
Oh, you cut it off?
Palms are for women and children on hats, by my estimation.
Ooh.
I'm not a palm guy.
Wow. Sorry.
Is somebody else wearing a palm?
No, I usually have palms.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the aesthetic of the palm.
That's fair. That's fair.
Not a fan.
I do have a CSI one, but it is outdated.
Division 3?
Division 3.
I have that one as well in black.
The white one? Oh, the black one.
Oh, there's a white one
There's
too.
a white
I forgot
one.
about that one. We have more of those in the office.
I think I got that one after a soccer game a couple years ago.
Got it. Lineup for the Chargers. Mata on to lead off the game, followed by Robinson, Johnson, Longo, Albaran, Angulo, Medorando, Valverde, and De Valerio. Iorio in the circle for Dominican. On the infield for the Dolphins from first to third, Judson, Morris, Carey, and Lopez. Left to right in the outfield, Bourne, Mendoza, and O'Neill. Joseph behind the plate, Guerrero in the circle.
And she just picked up her first strikeout of the day right there to retire the first out of this game.
Mata on with the leadoff walk. Robinson down on strikes, and Kendall Johnson takes high, ball 1. Game 1 was also the first time that the Chargers scored more than 4 runs in a game this season. And the 1-0's fouled back as we almost lost another bag.
Not mine this time. I gave Joe a notepad. Count now even at 1-1 for Johnson.
Pitch on the way. Fouled off. Well, that netting, Nick, has saved us several minutes over the course of the season. Get those foul balls back quickly.
not much room to run, or hasn't been much to track for some of the ball runners that have been working these last couple games.
Another long look in from Guerrero ahead of the 1-2. Hit sharply on one hop to short. Carey's got it, and her throw is wide of first base and up the line. Mata up to third. Johnson will hold it first, and it's a Dolphin error to put runners on the corners with just one out.
And considering the game one that Longo had, Joe, that's a very concern right there for the Dolphins. Could have gotten the second out right there and hold the runner over at second, but instead it's now first and third with just one out.
Gianna Longo, the game one starter, will come to the plate here. Longo had a good game in the circle and at the plate. Hit one of 2 Chargers home runs in the early game. First pitch up and away, ball 1. Meanwhile, we have a scoring update from Queens. It is the Knights 2 and the Dolphins 1 in the baseball game. Make it now 4-1 Knights. Queens rallying in the second inning after the Dolphins went ahead 1-0. That pitch on the corner for a strike. The throw cut off behind the circle, and you could tell the Dolphins never really had any intent of trying to make a play on Johnson over at second base.
Well, if you remember in game 1 against Jefferson, they worked that to perfection. The problem was at the very tail end of a rundown down the third base line, Madeline Paul lost the ball out of her glove, and it awarded Jefferson to have 2 runners on base.
Longo fouls that one off. Count now 1-2, and all of a sudden this becomes a really big strikeout for Guerrero to get. It was big with the runner on third, but now with 2 in scoring position, it's a big opportunity to move one step closer to a scoreless inning. And again, Longo fouls it off. They've been working her away in this at-bat. One-two. Hit sharply off the glove of the diving Lopez and into left field for a base hit. That will bring home Mata. And once again, the Chargers have an early lead as they go in front 1-0.
And Longo just continues her impressive day at the plate, Joe. She now has 4 RBIs in the 2 games here today. And you mentioned that one just hitting off the glove of Lopez over at third. And they kept pitching her to the outside, and she eventually was able to make contact and keep it straight forward and put her team up 1-0.
Well, the way the Chargers have swung the bats in these 2 games, it's a bit surprising they haven't crossed the 4-run mark yet this year for their performance in game 1, but they're picking up right where they left off.
Expect Longo to go here at some point as well.
Another foul ball. Well, Guerrero had Longo lunging at a couple of pitches away, and eventually one too many on that outer half, and she was able to shoot it past the diving Lopez. 0-1 the count on Layla Albaran. There goes Longo, and the Dolphins will not throw. Is that a situation, Nick, where you cut it off before? Do you maybe throw that one? As that's fouled away. Because Longo is effectively giving herself up.
Right.
And I think, as well, she was trying to induce a rundown. She did not commit to stealing second there. If they had thrown and she's non-committal, they might be able to get an out there without the runner scoring. Count now 2-2.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting circumstance on that sequence right there, but I'm not sure. I think, you know, as the team that's running, you're okay with risking it because you potentially bring home a run.
Count now full on Albaran. A walk here would load the bases. Joe, he does not have to duck, as long as he doesn't stand in front of it. We have
lay down the law.
We have foul ball runner Michael Oyakonmi today, standing 6'5". It's hard for him to get under that camera. Yeah, Joe was having him duck. We're not going to make him duck. That's taken up and away, ball 4.
Well, they did have first base open, but as you mentioned, it does load the bases again for the Chargers in this second game now. And Angulo now with a big opportunity to try to break this game open here in the first.
Angulo had a nice game at the plate in game 1 as well. And a chance here for the Chargers to go up multiple runs in the first inning for the second straight game as Angulo swings and misses. 0-1.
Pretty much a letter high strike right there from Grenner, but got that fastball right past her.
0-1. On the corner, 0-2.
Curious if maybe she goes in on the inside here, tries to maybe jam her up with another fastball here on 0-2.
Big 2-strike pitch coming up from Grenner. And that is in there for strike 3 called. Angulo down looking on 3 pitches, and that's a big second out for Grenner and the Dolphins.
And she went right back to the outside with that fastball, Joe, and that was a great pitch. Got the call at the plate and a huge second out. If she can limit the damage to just 1, you'll certainly take that if you're CSI.
Isabella Mitterondo at the plate now, takes a strike, 0-1.
And you see now the scout report now for Grenner, maybe the rest of this game as well for almost Duville, but for Dominican.
They do look a lot like the Saints, as that one's chopped towards short. Carey, another chance, and they get the out at first to retire the side. The Chargers settle for just 1 as they strand the bases loaded. Only 1 hit in the inning and a Dolphin error. We head to the bottom half of inning number 1. Dominican over Staten Island, 1-0. Home first inning about to get underway from the CSI Softball Complex, and we'll get you the Dolphins lineup 1 through 9. Leading off Presley Bourne, followed by Gianna Lopez, Olivia Warner, Taryn Judson, Abby Morris, Maylene Mendoza, Kaylee Carey, Rose Joseph, and Emma O'Neill. As I mentioned before, Victoria Iorio in the circle for Dominican University here in Game 2. And Nick, in just a moment, you have the numbers. That one fouled off by Bourne.
For Iorio, this is her 5th appearance. All of them have been starts. She has pitched 12 innings, 25 hits, 23 runs, 15 earned, 9 walks, 4 Ks, ERA of 8.75 in the season.
0-1. Off the corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. So if you're the Dolphins here, you're hoping that you can turn things around at the plate. They did scratch across a couple of runs in the 7th inning of the early game, as Bourne takes low and away 2-1. Outside 3-1.
Well, I think the only thing that we mentioned the Dolphins had some hits in that game, Joe, but it was very similar to the game against Jefferson on Tuesday, where there's a lot of situations where they had some opportunities to score. They weren't able to score till the very end. In that first game, they left 8 runners on base. So the opportunities were there. They need to still capitalize on them. That's something that I try to hit on going during our pregame coverage. They have to take advantage of those chances.
Full count on Bourne, and she sends one foul down the line.
Dolphins also had a misfortune of getting a couple of bad calls against them also in game 1.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. But I honestly, Nick, don't think it made much of a difference.
Did not.
I think if you look at it at the time, was it important? Absolutely. It was a much closer game, but in the grand scheme of things, we have an error here for the Chargers. That one booted at second base by Valverde, and Bourne is on to lead off the home first inning. But, Nick, I think in the grand scheme of things, the Chargers just outslugged the Dolphins in game 1. Both teams reached double digits in hits, but the Chargers were sending the ball all over the complex.
And now I think with, getting the leadoff error right there, this is some of the things I'm talking about where now you get that error. Can you fully capitalize and take full advantage of it?
And there's a line drive or a one-hopper to third. As I was trying to point this out to you, Nick, how did that happen? Are they not keeping that on the scoreboard?
I told them don't worry about the hits and everything because I'm not using that break board. I'm just using this one.
All right. Well, that one hopper handled at third, and they get the lead runner at second. So Lopez replaces Bourne at first, 1 away in the bottom of the first inning. And now Warner launches one foul, but that is pulling from the scoreboard, Nick, the hit total?
I think they might have left the number on there from last game.
Okay.
Because that's where it was last game, I'm pretty sure.
Got it.
And I said to them, all I really need.
And there's a one hopper to short, flip to second for one, on to first, not in time, as Warner beats it out.
I told them all I need is the outs, the pitch count, and the score. That's all I need. They were really close, meanwhile, Dominican was to getting a double play right there, but Warner just beat it.
First pitch on the way, and that's fouled back.
They don't got it that time.
Nothing in one, the count on Taron Judson. Had to communicate with Joe quickly off headset. Apologize for that.
Okay.
The 0-1. In for a strike. Nothing in 2.
Big breaking ball right there.
The 0-2. Chopped right back to the circle. Iorio handles and throws out Judson to retire the side. Dolphins strand 1 in the home first inning, and we head to the second with Dominican ahead of CSI 1-0. Second inning about to get started from the CSI softball complex. 1-0 our score, Dominican over Staten Island. And Mia Valverde looks at ball 1 to begin the road half of inning number 2. The 1-0. Half swing there, but Valverde takes a strike. The 1-1. Skips in. 2-1. Quick look in at baseball. The score there remains 4-1 Queens in the top of the third. The Dolphins threatening with 2 on and 2 outs. That pitch swung on and missed by Valverde, 2-2.
That one was definitely foul tipped in the glove. Made a little bit of contact, but I think she swung a little bit too late on that swing.
You have better eyes and or ears than me, Nick.
I heard a little bit.
A little bit.
I'll take the hearing on that one.
2-2 off the corner to run it full. First inning began with a walk, and it proved costly. Guerrero now with another full count to begin the second. And Valverde chops one to second. Morris with the short toss in time. 1 away.
The left fielder, number 1, Adriana Di Valeria.
Adriana Di Valeria will be the batter. Got the start in left field during game 1, did not bat. You know, Nick, I've been calling softball for a long time, and I've heard this one chant many times. I never figured out that they were spelling the word one. O-N-E, O-N-E, O-N-E.
Oh,
You didn't notice either?
Well, I haven't heard it as often.
Yeah, well, I just figured that out now, 10 years later.
Better late than never, right?
Sure.
Look out.
Line drive off the facing of the dugout, 1 ball and 1 strike. Di Valerio.
Well, over these years, we've always enjoyed the numerous amount of chants from each side's dugout. Always leave us wondering what they're going to say next.
That one foul
Ooh.
back, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I was trying to call out Sam on the potential flinch on that one.
We had a flinch?
No.
No.
Pat was
trying to call out a flinch at the other table.
I can't confirm or deny it happened or not.
Pat knows a lot as that's dropped into shallow left for a base hit. Di Valerio on with a 1-out single.
Opposite field hitting right there. Going the opposite way, getting that one into a blooper into left field.
Nicole Mata, the batter now.
If you're wondering, Joe, she's a freshman chant. I got it.
I was ready, Nick. I was ready. Oh, boy, that was too close to the camera.
Now, how close are we talking?
I almost fell over the back of my chair, Nick.
Well, we're not in the chair.
My seating, whatever.
The seating, yeah.
Whatever.
How close was it?
Close enough where I sweated for about a half a second.
Yeah, I was looking at the camera. I was just curious.
Runner going. Throw to second. A good one.
Got it.
Di Valerio is out. Strong throw by Joseph from behind the plate. And the Dolphins cut down Di Valerio trying to steal.
Very nice throw from behind the plate right there. Pitch was high and outside, but honestly, Joe, that was probably the best spot they could have gotten that pitch to be.
It gave you some margin for error there. There was a lot on that throw, but it did sail up a bit. There's a swing and a miss by Mata, 1-2.
You don't want to technically call that a pitch out, but it felt like it in a way.
Acted like one. One, 2. Misses for ball 2. Two. Off the netting. Guerrero quickly approaching 50 pitches, working in the second inning. Chargers have put together some quality at-bats and made her work. Leading 1-0. And there's a half swing by Mata for strike 3. Third strikeout for Marina Guerrero. Dolphins still trail 1-0 as we head to the bottom half of the second. First pitch in the home second inning. Scott out to right field and caught by Angulo. Abby Morris retired on one pitch. One away.
The old pitcher's best friend right there.
Just got a scoring update from baseball. Dolphins stranded a pair in the road third inning. It remains 4-1 Queens in Flushing. First pitch to Maylene Mendoza, in for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Hit well, deep to center field, and it one-hops the fence. Mendoza racing for second, and she is in standing as the throw gets away. She will take third. And the Dolphins now have the tying run at third with just one out.
How about that piece of contact right there by Mendoza, Joe? And then the heads-up base running to notice where the ball was as it was being thrown on into the infield. Now the Dolphins have a runner on third via the double and the error on the play.
Kaylee Carey will be the batter. Dolphins with a chance to get even here. The infield moving in for the Chargers. First pitch, bunted at. Mendoza headed home, glove flip, gets away, and Mendoza gets fingertips on the plate.
Did you see what she did on that one too, Joe? She had to hesitate because the throw was there in time, but it wasn't caressed at the plate.
They had her, Nick, and they had her by a wide margin, but the ball was muffed on the glove flip. Mitterondo had it and then didn't. And they're going to pinch run with Angie Guerrero here. Kaylee Carey back to the Dolphins dugout.
Take a look once again, Joe. Look at the hesitation. She stops right there and then sees where the ball is and just gets the fingertips on the plate.
Barely. Now, at that point, the hesitation doesn't really do much for you.
Right.
But the Chargers are going to talk things over in the circle.
I think the hesitation war was about trying to readjusting herself and to try to figure out a way to slide
I
the plate.
think the hesitation was more, we're about to have a collision at home plate.
Right. Yeah, remember in Game 1 we had an instance where the Dolphins were contesting about terms of home plate interference, in terms of the catcher blocking the plate. And there really wasn't anywhere for Melendez to go. But
yeah, I thought that.
Or Mendoza, excuse me, to go. But yeah, crazy enough that she was able to get around the tag first and then somehow get her fingertips on the plate.
I thought the Chargers had blocked the plate on video review, but
I thought the same.
Dolphins now even at 1. Rose Joseph the batter. Angie Guerrero the runner at first. And she will command a lot of attention over there as Joseph takes ball 1.
Dolphins getting an unusual way to get their first run of this game now. Can they take the lead for the first time today?
That pitch misses away. They throw behind Guerrero, who dives back in safely. Joseph ahead 2-0. And Mark is being put to the test over there.
What'd you say earlier?
He less gracefully avoided that one, is what I said.
He just gave us a look towards third base.
We got that one on camera or no?
I believe we did.
Replay. The 2-1. Guerrero running. And that throw skipped between both Chargers, and I thought Guerrero very nearly got caught off the base, Nick. That was really close.
Yeah, close is an understatement on that one, Joe. But Dolphins
on the line drive or the stolen base?
On both.
Agreed. 3-1 the count.
You got it, Joe.
Oh. Joe is ready
now
for his moment.
Now here's the problem. He didn't move towards the camera. I need him moving.
Yes.
I need him moving to the camera.
Protect the camera, Joe. Okay.
From that spot.
Mr. Fantastic with the extending limbs. And the 3-2 misses up and away to Joseph for ball 4.
Should we take a look at that line drive at third base?
Let's do it.
Gracefully evading once again.
Ooh, that was a flinch.
Yeah. He had to on that one.
Had to.
He had to.
That's a flinch.
That one's acceptable.
Yeah, that is definitely a flinch. Excusable, but a flinch. Emma O'Neill, the batter, takes a strike, 0-1. Dolphins with 2 on and 1 out here in the home second inning. We're all tied at 1. The 0-1 pitch bunted at by O'Neill, and it rolls foul. 0-2.
Yeah, I like that idea, Joe. Down 0-1 in the count. Maybe try to fool the fielders for the Chargers on that one, but it just rolls foul.
Now, I was taking a look at the bill of your hat. I was going to ask you, Nick, if you're a sticker on the hat kind of guy.
Do I even have on this one?
You don't have them, as
Okay,
that's
no.
fouled away, but I noticed in the third base coaching box, Mark had a sticker on his bill.
Okay.
At least I think it's a sticker. 0-2 the count on O'Neill.
Could not tell you.
Iorio looking for a big third strike. Won't get it there. Count now 1-2.
Not a bad pitch there on the outside corner, but looks like it just missed.
It's back to the top of the order behind O'Neill. And the 1-2's blooped out towards shallow left, and they had her played perfectly. And to make the catch, Di Valerio, and there are 2 gone in the inning with Presley Bourne coming to the plate.
The left fielder, number 14, Presley Bourne.
Bourne 0 for 1. And she lines one into left field for a base hit. Guerrero has to stop at third as the throw skips to the backstop, but not far enough to try it.
That backstop is not going to give you much room to run on that one.
Certainly not.
And a bit surprised they threw it to the plate on that one also, because they were not going to send her over at third base. But the Dolphins do have the bases loaded, and it will bring up Lopez, who got the Dolphins their first run of the game in Game 1.
We have some very excited fans in the
They
stands.
certainly are.
Gianna Lopez bats, bases loaded, 2 outs. And she hits one high in the air to left. It's carrying well, and that ball is off the base of the fence. 2 runs in to score. And the Dolphins take a 3-1 lead on a 2 RBI double by Gianna Lopez.
And Lopez did a great job there, Joe, adjusting to the pitch, because it was an off-speed pitch right there from Iorio, and she was very close to a grand slam on that pitch right there. Just missed it by a couple of inches, but she does bring home 2 runs and give CSI their first lead of the day.
Dolphins with their first lead in either game today. They go in front 3-1 as that's fouled back by Olivia Warner. Warner got the start at second base in Game 1, the designated player here in Game 2. The 0-1 skipped in and was blocked nicely by Mitterando. 1 ball and 1 strike now on Warner. The 1-1 hit hard through the middle, base hit. That'll bring home 2. And the Dolphins go in front by 4. It's a 2 RBI single for Olivia Warner.
And Warner just did the exact same thing Lopez just did, Joe. It was another off-speed pitch, this time low and away, and she was able to get out in front of it and make good contact and get it into right center field. 2 RBI single, 5-1 lead now for the Dolphins.
Dolphins keep the line moving. Taryn Judson at the plate now. 5 runs home in the inning as that's fouled away. Dolphins now with 5 hits as well.
And most of the production coming with 2 outs in this game as well.
And you like to see that, Nick. We mentioned the opportunities the Dolphins have had over the course of the week. They've cashed in here in the second inning.
And we saw a lot of that against Chestnut Hill.
Hard hit grounder gets through for another Dolphin hit. Warner will stop at second. And Taryn Judson has a single. That is the 6th Dolphins hit of this inning.
And the line just keeps moving for CSI now. It's now first and second, still with 2 outs. A huge chance for the Dolphins to really break this game open with another base hit right here. But they'll first get a pitch runner over for Judson at first. Ooh, not the left-right chant.
Or will they? I do not see a pinch runner coming out yet.
It looked like initially that's what they were signaling towards, but maybe not.
Second baseman, number 20, Abby Morris.
It will be Abby Morris to the plate. 2 on and 2 outs for the Dolphins. And that one nearly sailed well out of the zone into the backstop. Once
I
again.
don't think I was the only one that thought that they were going to do a pinch runner. I think everyone was anticipating it as well, but
Well, Nick,
Dolphins said
what
no.
happens when you assume? I'll give you a pass. You can say it.
No, I'm good. I think we know.
Smart man, smart man. 2-0 the count on Morris. And there's a hard hit grounder into left field. 7 hits in the inning for the Dolphins as the Chargers continue to show off the arms from the outfield. Throw comes home a bit up the line. Each runner moves up 1 base. And now Maylene Mendoza, who hit one all the way to the wall in center field earlier in the inning, comes to bat for the second time in the frame.
And, Joe, that's 5 hits in a row now the Dolphins have had with 2 outs in this inning. And I believe and they're going to have a pitching change now for the Chargers.
Emily Baxter on to pitch for Dominican. And with that, we will step aside and take a break. Our score, the Dolphins 5 and the Chargers 1. CSI has the bases loaded in the home second. And we return to break with a wild pitch to the backstop. It goes into scores Olivia Warner. And the Dolphins now lead it by 5. It's 6-1 Staten Island.
Well, I mentioned, Joe, the Dolphins had to take advantage of these opportunities over the course of time. Okay.
Joe might have to read the code of conduct again, Nick.
Might have to. But going back to my point, the Dolphins have taken the most of their opportunities in this game already here in this now bottom of the second.
One ball and 1 strike to count. At the plate, Maylene Mendoza. And Mendoza swings through that one. Martinez, the runner at third. Morris, the runner at second. So eventually we did get that pinch runner, Nick.
Yes.
1-2 the count now. And Mendoza goes down swinging.
Good job.
That will do it
Baxter.
for the Dolphins. In the home second, they strand a pair, 6 runs home. Staten Island in front of Dominican 6-1. And we're back for the third inning from the CSI softball complex. The Dolphins now lead it by 5. Staten Island 6 and Dominican 1 our score. As Marina Guerrero misses outside for ball 1 to Deja Robinson. And Nick, it seemed throughout the week in the now 3+ games that we've covered, the Dolphins more than once have been poised for that breakout inning. They finally come through in the previous half inning with 6 runs.
And Joe, it felt similar to that Chestnut Hill game where a lot of it came with 2 outs in the inning. The Dolphins got 5 of those 6 runs with 2 outs in that last half inning.
There's a hard hit foul ball out of play down the right field line. Count now 1-2 on Robinson. Chargers trailing for the first time today. The Dolphins did not score until the final inning of game 1. Meanwhile, in Flushing, it is still Queens 4, Staten Island 1 on the baseball diamond as Robinson goes down swinging.
Yeah, Guerrero got her to chase that high fastball to the outside. And she's now starting to settle in after a slow first inning.
In Flushing, the Dolphins currently have the bases loaded with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning, trailing by 3. Jaden Waterman at the plate in that game, so we'll be following that until the final out is recorded in the road 4th. Meanwhile, Kendall Johnson at the plate for the Chargers is behind 0-1 after that swing and miss.
Hear the velocity of that last fastball.
0-1. In for a strike, 0-2. We always pose the question, Nick, does the long inning at the plate hurt or help your starting pitcher more often than not? I think Guerrero, who had to work very hard in the first 2 innings, probably helped by it. And you certainly will take the 5-run lead if you're the Dolphins right-hander.
Well, especially considering the fact that, it was after 2 innings, she had thrown over 50 pitches as well. So I think getting that rest definitely helps a long way as well.
And the top of the 4th ends in a strikeout for the Dolphins at softballs. They almost got me to flinch there, Nick. That was close. That is as close to a flinch as I'll ever get.
Keeping you
on
your toes.
You got the blink, but no flinch. I mean, that one was right at me.
Bit of
1-2 the count.
Bit of a wake-me-up right there.
That's popped up. Judson has it. As she makes the dive and grab in foul territory.
Judson flashing the leather on that play. Nice little web jam down the first base line for the second out.
2 gone now in the road 3rd inning. And Gianna Longo will be the batter. Longo 1 for 1 at the plate. She has one of the 2 hits in this game for the Chargers. Count 1-0 on the Dominican shortstop. Guerrero looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning. And a chance to send her team right back to the plate. Count now 1-1 after that swing and miss, but Dolphins hoping to pick up right where they left off in the previous half inning if they can get back to hitting rather quickly. Guerrero misses there. Nope, she doesn't.
Oh, who's assuming now, Joe? And I don't think the scoreboard realized it either because they have the count wrong.
The call was a bit delayed.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
You were not the only one.
That's it well to left field. And
wow,
making the catch is Bourne.
A snow cone catch right there left.
Onto that Columbia blue warning track goes Presley Bourne. She makes the catch, and the Chargers go down 1-2-3 in the road 3rd inning. Dolphins come to bat after this break. They lead it 6-1. And we are back from the CSI softball complex where the Dolphins have a 5-run lead over Dominican University of New York. Our score, Staten Island 6 and Dominican 1. Dolphins will send 7, 8, 9 to the plate. Carey, Joseph, and O'Neill due up for Staten Island. As that pitch misses low from Emily Baxter, 1-0 on Kaylee Carey.
I mentioned Baxter's numbers earlier in our pregame coverage during Game 1. I'll give you those numbers again in a second. Ooh.
That one fouled straight back, and let's get those numbers.
For Baxter, this will be her 8th appearance of the season. She's pitched 29 1/3 innings pitched coming into today. 43 hits, 35 runs, 27 earned, 17 walks, but 29 strikeouts. I mentioned a 6.92 K per 7 on the season.
Now, are you surprised she didn't start this game as that's lofted out to right and caught by Angulo?
I am very surprised she did not start this game. Very surprised.
That will bring up Rose Joseph.
Number 44, Rose Joseph.
Joseph without an official at-bat, drew a walk her first time. There's a swing and a miss, 0-1. The 0-1. In there for a called strike, 0-2. Oh, 2 rides up and in, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2. Swung on and missed, and they do say that Rose got a piece. They'll complete the putout with the throw down to first, 2 away in the inning.
Yeah, and you could just hear the velocity again, Joe, with that fastball this time for Baxter. And you saw she was just a little bit behind on that fastball, no chance. And quickly 2 gone here in the 3rd.
That will bring up Emma O'Neill. O'Neill 0 for 1. And she swings and misses there, 0-1. And O'Neill takes a called strike, 0-2. Baxter working quickly. As you said, Nick, you can hear the pop of the mitt. She's throwing hard. And the Chargers will hope that their offense can give her a chance to maybe be a winner in this game. Count still 0-2 on O'Neill. The 0-2, swung on and missed. And Baxter already with 3 strikeouts since entering the game. We head to the 4th. Dolphins still lead it 6-1. 6-1 our score entering the fourth inning from the CSI softball complex. Joe Foreman on the call alongside Nicholas Pavona. Chargers took game 1 8-2. The Dolphins lead here in game 2 6-1 as the first pitch in the road fourth inning is taken out of the zone by Layla Albaran, 1-0. And quickly Albaran ahead 2-0 against Marina Guerenner, who gave up 1 in the first inning, has had 2 clean innings since.
That's what you like to see after a rough start to this game. Guerenner, of course, also had had a potential jam in that first inning too. Was able to work out of it and only surrendered that 1 run. And as you mentioned, she has looked good since. Looking for a third straight 0. She's now got a 2-1 count.
The 2-1. Misses outside for ball 3. Guerenner's issued 2 walks. One of those was a leadoff walk that got the 1-run first inning started for the Chargers. 3-1 on the way. Hit well out to center. And there with room is Mendoza. She makes the catch as she reaches that left center field fence.
How about Mendoza in this game, Joe? She was close to getting a home run out in pretty much the same exact spot. And she's able to make the catch before crashing into that fence in left center.
Yeah, center field is not the spot where you want to hit the ball here at CSI. Emily Angulo at the plate, takes a strike, 0-1. Angulo 0 for 1 here in game 2 after a multiple hit effort in game 1. The 0-1. Right past the glove of Guerenner and into center field for a hit.
I think he even contacted the glove on the way to center.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what the replay's for, Nick. Run it back. First hit of game 2 for Angulo. And Isabella Mitterando will be the batter.
I'll have it ready for the next pitch.
First pitch on the way. Off the outside corner, 1-0.
Maybe he got a little piece of it at the top end of it.
A thread?
Yeah, maybe by a thread, but.
Okay. I didn't think it hit the glove. 1-0. Hit well out to right center. Mendoza is there. And
got it.
She held on. Or not.
Oh,
they
no,
roll it down, and they get the force at second.
That is a bad beat right there for Dominican.
Now, they're trying to figure out if it was ruled a catch or not.
That is.
Well,
problem is, you're really not going to get a good look out of it.
Yeah.
From replay.
I couldn't see from here whether or not she held on, Nick. The way she reacted made me think she held on.
I thought so, too.
Yeah.
That is an unusual sequence right there.
So which runner is out is the question.
The runner that was going from first to second is the one that's out.
So they ruled that she did not secure it.
They ruled that she did not secure it,
okay,
and that they put out on the play, I guess in that sequence, is 8 to the runner, whoever covered the base over at second base, which I believe was the shortstop.
All right, so hopefully Steph heard you.
8-6 on the put out.
All right. Mia Valverde, the batter, 2 away in the inning, and the count is 0-1.
Correction, 8-4-6 on the put out. It was cut off.
8-4-6.
It was
we had the relay in between.
Yep.
There's a called strike on the outside corner, 0-2.
It effectively did the same exact result. Even though the catch would have been made, they would have loved the double play potentially on that one, but they still got the lead runner going second.
So what you're saying, Nick, is that if we clip that one properly, we can nominate it for play of the week.
You could, yeah.
Because I thought she caught it.
I thought so, too.
And they got the out anyway.
Right. The grand scheme of things, they still got the out.
Yeah. And the 1-2 misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And I think if you're Dominican, that's frustrating because I think they also thought, but they didn't have the initial call in the field until the very tail end.
They thought she caught it, Nick.
Yeah.
They thought she caught it. I thought she caught it. Does anyone really know whether or not she caught it except Mendoza?
The people in right center field could tell you.
Good point. Good point. Swing and a miss there. Valverde down, swinging, 5th strikeout for Guerenner, and the Dolphins lead it 6-1, headed to the home fourth. Home fourth inning about to get underway from the CSI softball complex. Top of the order due up for the Dolphins. Bourne, Lopez, and Warner against Emily Baxter, who has been strong since coming out of the Chargers bullpen, already 3 strikeouts.
And how about this top of the lineup, Joe? The last time they came up to the plate, they were a big reason why the Dolphins got all 5 of those runs with 2 outs after getting the first run of that inning.
That one fouled away by Bourne, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bourne 1 for 2, Lopez behind her 1 for 2, Warner behind Lopez 1 for 2, and that trend continues all the way down through the number 7 spot in the order.
Don't see that very often.
Swing and a miss there by Bourne. 1 and 2 now.
What are you trying to get at here, Joe?
Joe's not listening.
He's not.
The 1-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Wow. What did that hit that it ended up in the dugout?
I think it clipped the edge of the dugout, and I think that's how it kept it in.
Okay.
Could be wrong. Just taking a wild guess.
I cannot fathom how that ball ended up there. 1-2. Fouled away again.
Look out, Carr. Oh.
That was close.
Too close for comfort.
1 and 2 remains the count on Bourne. Soft roller back to the circle. Baxter throws out Bourne, and there's 1 away. They have reached the bottom of the 5th, I believe, in Queens. It is the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Dolphins still trail 4-1. That game scheduled for 7 in Flushing. We might catch the tail end of that one up in the office after the game.
Perhaps.
Gianna Lopez takes high, 1-0. Also, we have not gotten the red triangle of doom yet today, Nick. 1080-60, still going strong.
Let's not speak anything into existence, Joe.
I think our crowd is about as full as it's going to get on a Friday.
Credit to them. A lot of things going on in not only here on campus, but in the sporting world as well.
That is true. So you lose some of your audience to that. You need the multiple screens, Nick.
You do. That indeed is the case.
3-0 the count on Lopez. (3-0) in for a strike, 3-1. (3-1). Fouled off, 3-2.
They are working Michael economy.
They sure are.
I'm not talking about the hitters at the plate.
His teammates cheering him on, willing him to each foul ball. Payoff pitch on the way. Popped up. Here it comes.
At least it doesn't move too far for that one. How funny would it be if she hit a third one that way?
Might as well wait there.
Oh!
So close.
So close.
He was out of hands.
Almost spoke that into existence.
The irony is, Nick, I thought they were applauding his ball running. The dugout with an ovation for the turn at bat by Lopez. Another 3-2. And it has been a tough day to be in the third base coaching box.
It certainly has. And they keep pitching Lopez inside. That's why the amount of foul balls have been happening this way.
After that swing she had with the bases loaded earlier, I'm not sure I'm coming inside.
Yeah.
But they did work her away to get those foul balls. So you come in, maybe try and catch her looking away. 3-2 in her half, popped up. Who's got it? Johnson does. 2 gone. That will bring up Olivia Warner. Baxter looking for another 1-2-3 inning here. There's a big swing and a miss by Warner.
That fastball just continues to be a problem for the Dolphin hitters.
The 0-1. Flared out towards shallow right center and down for a hit. Warner now 2 for 3 as she reaches with a 2-out single.
Another blooper right there for Warner, this time into right field. And we saw what the Dolphins did last time, Joe, with 2 outs. We saw it earlier. Can they do it again now? 2 outs, runner on first. And we'll see if we have a pitch runner upcoming.
It looks like it's going to be Emily Riley pinch running.
Pinch running for the Dolphins, number 11, Emily Riley.
That will bring up Taryn Judson with a runner on and 2 outs here in the 4th.
Number 35, Taryn Judson.
First pitch from Baxter. And the letters for strike, 0-1. And the 0-1 swung on and missed, 0-2. The 0-2, up and away. Riley Estate put over at first. Show no indication of running yet. And there's a swing and a miss by Judson for strike 3. Just as I mentioned that, Riley was going on the pitch. But that will do it for the Dolphins in the home 4th. CSI leaves one base hit in the inning belongs to Warner, and we head to the 5th. Staten Island leads Dominican 6-1. Dribbler to second, handled by Abby Morris, and very quickly, Adriana Di Valerio is retired on 1 pitch to begin the 5th inning.
Nice start of the inning right there for Grenner. 1 pitch, 1 out. Get things going here in the 5th.
Grenner was great against the Chargers last year, complete game effort, the Dolphins win. I believe it was a 2-hitter, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're correct.
I think it was a 1-run 2-hitter, if I recall. And I wanted another chance there, Nick. If it rolls over the top of that netting, there's a chance.
It certainly is.
There's a chance.
I have a chance.
You, I would gladly let catch a ball. Steph, I would gladly let catch one. Joe, I would gladly let catch one. But there are some members of the crew we can't have catching foul balls. Won't name names.
All right. Ace. She allowed 7 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 2 Ks in the complete game effort.
How good is that memory? That pitch misses away. Now, was that the game I covered in Florida or one of the games in Orangeburg?
It was in Florida.
Okay. No wonder I remember it. called that game with Joe.
True. That's true.
1-2 on the way. That's taken high. Nicole Mata at the plate here. She's 0 for 1 in the game. 2-2. Popped up.
Ooh.
I cannot get over the lack of enthusiasm for an easy grab on a foul ball. Why is nobody trying to catch the ball?
Just they don't get it, Joe.
They just don't
They
get
just
it.
don't get it.
They just don't get it.
I missed the unfortunate sequence what happened in Yankee Stadium with you and Sam Whalen.
That is true. You left to go get a snack or go to the bathroom.
I just went to get food.
Unflappable, Nick.
Yeah.
Unflappable.
I just went to get
Joe
food.
knows.
Yeah, he knows.
Steph knows. No flinch.
No flinch.
Yeah, you were getting food. Sam
I
and
was on the line to get food, and I saw a text with you and Sam, and there was a baseball in your
Yeah.
hand. I said, "How did that happen?"
And he called it a pitch or two before. He said, wouldn't it be something if we got a foul ball? And I said, we're in foul ball territory.
Yeah.
3-2 now on Mata.
Well, I showed you, I think yesterday I sent you that post.
Yes, CUNY night.
Day. CUNY night is, I think it's technically
I do
day.
have a problem with that, though.
What is that?
Effectively, they're charging you over $40 for a jersey because the tickets for that game are under $10.
That makes sense.
That one's popped up. Shallow left, and Bourne comes in to make the catch. 2 gone.
Yeah, that kind of does make sense at the end of the day. It does
So-
have that CUNY patch on the sleeve.
Is it a patch or is it a part of the fabric? Is it?
I think it's just a patch.
If it's a legitimate patch, that makes a difference.
I think it's
That's
a
much
patch, but
nicer.
I could be wrong.
If the jersey said CSI,
Yeah.
I might be inclined to pay the extra $40. As that's it out to straightaway right. O'Neal there. And Deja Robinson is retired on 1 pitch as the Chargers go down 1-2-3 in the 5th inning. We'll talk a bit more about CUNY night at Yankee Stadium when we come back. Our score, the Dolphins 6 and the Chargers 1. Home 5th inning getting underway. First pitch sliced foul by Abby Morris, 0-1. Emily Baxter out of the Chargers bullpen has now struck out 4. She's allowed just 1 base hit. That came in the last inning. She stranded that runner to keep it a 5-run game. Dolphins lead 6-1, and they now have their second hit off of Baxter as Morris sends one into center field.
A soft liner out into center field, but it was right out the middle of that infield where there was pretty much no one that could make a play. And the Dolphins get a leadoff base runner here in the home 5th.
And it looked like we might get a pinch runner. Still waiting for it. I think they're trying to find a properly fitting helmet, Nick.
That could be the case. From my Little League days, those were always panic mode.
We know you, Nick. There's only one helmet on the team that fits you.
Hey, it wasn't as bad back then. Wasn't as bad.
Hey, they couldn't find a uniform that fit me, so.
That's fair.
I was a unit at 10 years old. 5'1", 140 pounds. That was a big kid. So it is a pinch hitter, not a pinch runner for the Dolphins. Or perhaps, yes, pinch hitter. Julia Del Masto. They had to find her a helmet. And that was not contacted on the bunt attempt, allowing Morris to take second.
How about that? Now Del Masto has an RBI opportunity right here. But tend to think she will probably show bunt again.
Don't know about that, Nick. We are just immovable. Immovable.
Immovable.
I always have to make sure they're not checking to see if we flinched.
They're not allowed.
1-1 the count. They know. The 1-1. Bunted at and caught on a fly. Good base running by Morris. However, there was still nobody covering second.
Well, they did go back to the bunt, but it was the wrong way for the Dolphins on that one. Went pretty much straight towards the circle.
The shortstop, number 21, Kaylee Carey.
That will bring up Kaylee Carey. First pitch on the way. Hit out to right. And Angulo barely had to move. 2-away.
So Angulo in game one makes some great plays out in right field and almost initially overran that play, but was able to stop her movement and make the catch. And now quickly 2 gone.
Rose Joseph will be the batter. Morrison scoring position, 2 outs in the home fifth as Joseph takes a strike, 0-1. Meanwhile, a quick check-in in Flushing. The Dolphins trail 4-1 in the top of the sixth. Leadoff batter on for CSI. So Dolphins with the top of the order against the Knights bullpen, looking to erase a 3-run deficit as Joseph drops one down the line. Here comes Morris, and the throw to the plate is not in time. It's an RBI bloop single for Rose Joseph, and the Dolphins extend their lead to 6. They're now in front 7-1.
And the Dolphins getting a big-time bloop single right there, as you mentioned. It just stayed fair down that right field line. Took a nice bounce that allowed the runner to score all the way from second base. Dolphins now with a lead of 7-1 in this game.
Emma O'Neill looks to bunt, and you don't see a bunt land over there often. That is a line drive foul ball off the bunt attempt.
That area has been very active today, especially here in game 2.
Neal 1, bunted at once again, right back to Baxter, and she will throw out O'Neill at first to retire the side. But the Dolphins add 1 run to their lead. They now have 10 hits in the game. Our score entering the 6th inning, Staten Island 7 and Dominican 1. Top half of the 6th inning about to get underway from the CSI softball complex. Dolphins now lead it by 6. Our score, Staten Island 7 and Dominican 1. 3-4-5 due up for the Chargers. Kendall Johnson will lead things off. And she lines one on one hop to second. Morris with the throw, and Judson could not make the scoop.
Yeah, Judson tried to extend on that play to make the scoop, but not able to do so. Reaching first base was Johnson to lead off at the top of the
The
sixth.
shortstop, number 23, Gianna Longa.
Well, after throwing over 50 pitches in the first 2 innings, Guerenner has stabilized the pitch count a bit. She's at 84 now, with nobody out here in the 6th. As Gianna Longo takes a strike, 0-1. Longo 1 for 2 at the plate here in game 2. That dips down and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Hit well out to left. Bourne ranging back. Snow cones it just shy of the warning track.
Second time in this game she's had the snow cone and catch, but was able to get it done right there.
If you're not precise catching that softball and you're not used to it, as I wasn't when I played outfield, it'll sneak up there to the webbing of the glove.
Yeah.
I think you have it in the right spot, it'll snow cone on you a bit. Though I don't think I have the proper glove to be catching a softball. At the plate now, Layla Albaran. She takes low and away, ball 1.
Yeah, I usually use my regular glove for baseball when we play our faculty and staff games.
As do I. Swing and a miss there by Albaran, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I will say it's done the trick. I've made a couple catches, but it's not the prototypical one you want to use.
Let's put it this way, I haven't made any errors.
That's fair.
And I've made some good plays in the outfield. 1-1, up and away, 2-1. Meanwhile, we touched on baseball trying to build a rally with the top of the order in the 6th inning. They line into an unassisted double play to cut that rally short. They're in the bottom of the 6th, 4-1 Queens over Staten Island. Dolphins now down to their final 3 outs, with Queens looking for some insurance in the home 6th inning.
They'll be right back in action tomorrow. You and I will be on the call for that doubleheader in
Weather
Queens.
permitting.
Weather permitting, yeah.
I think it depends how much water can the field take. It is going to rain tonight.
Yeah.
I guess we will get a report tomorrow morning, hopefully before I leave New Jersey.
That would be good.
The question is, if I show up on Staten Island and we don't play, what do we do with my time on Staten Island tomorrow?
I don't know.
You know what? The Knicks and Rangers don't play tomorrow.
Just be more of March Madness, really.
Sounds good. As Albaran hits one deep to left center, and she has her 2nd home run of the day. It's a 2-run shot for Albaran, and that makes it a 4-run game. CSI now leads 7-3.
And that one, Joe, immediately you could tell it was a high fastball thrown by Guerenner, but that one was just a towering fly ball into left center field. No doubter off the bat. It's now a 4-run lead for the Dolphins.
Albaran pulls the Chargers a bit closer. They are not out of this game yet. It's now 7-3, Staten Island on top. Guerenner at 93 pitches here, and I think it'll be something to watch moving forward, Nick. How does she look as the pitch count continues to pile up? Emily Angulo will be the batter. 1 away here in the road 6th inning. And Guerenner misses high and outside, ball 1. The 1-0. Fouled back and played on the rebound by Joseph.
Fortunately, no Savannah Banana Ball here.
Well, we haven't had one caught among the spectators outside of mine, have we?
Not that I can recall. There have been chances today.
1-1. Line the other way, but well foul. Count now 1-2 on Angulo. Guerenner looking for her 6th punch out. She's ahead 1-2 on Angulo. Pitch on the way. High and outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Try to get her to chase on that outside with that fastball, but to no avail.
Count even at 2-2. Bats it on the ground to short. Carey's got it. And her throw is in time to retire Angulo. 2 away in the inning.
I can't tell if Angulo got a little bit fooled right there, Joe. It looked like a little bit of an off-speed pitch right there by Grenner, and she had a weight on it, and she grounds out to short for the second out of the inning.
Isabella Mitterando will be the batter. 2 outs, bases empty here in the road 6th inning. First pitch high and outside from Grenner, 1-0. The 1-0. Fouled into the netting once again. 1 ball and 1 strike. This next pitch, number 101 for Guerrero unofficially. Though with Stefan stats, I think we can call it official. 1-1. Misses for ball 2. The 2-1. On the outside corner, 2-2.
Tend to think, I think she's going to go back to that same exact spot, Joe.
Let's see if you're right. Nick Stradamus making predictions. I thought we learned not to do that. That one bounced to short. And Carey throws out Mitterando to retire the side. Dolphins will be looking for some insurance when we come back. They lead it by 4. Dolphins 7, Chargers 3, headed to the bottom of the 6th. Presley Bourne will lead off for the Dolphins. Bottom half of the 6th inning.
That was a rough
CSI
catch.
looking for some insurance. And how about that for precision? Foul ball straight off the metal support column and all the way back out into the middle infield.
I think Bourne had the one that hit off the dugout and almost hit her teammates on the ricochet.
Got to watch out for those left-handed batters.
Yeah. Look out.
2
no
for
way.
2. How do you manage to do that twice?
If that happens again, Joe.
Man. If you catch it on the fly, is it an out? If I catch it.
Oh, only if you catch it.
Only if I catch it.
Only if you catch it. No way it happens a third time, right?
Surely. I feel like she was going for it that time. That's not fair.
She hit the pitch clock.
And the pitch clock is out. Welp. Malfunctioning scoreboard, and now malfunctioning pitch clock. Another 0-2 coming.
Might be a little bit too close for comfort.
She was going for the next column over that time.
Does the next column include the laptop that Steph's occupying?
Well, no, the next column is that.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to go around the world.
The merry-go-round in a way?
Yeah. I think she was making sure our crew near that column wasn't going to flinch.
I got it.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, that was close.
Almost a third time. It's target practice in the batter's box.
It's been a pesky at bat right here.
They've gone to the top of the 7th in Flushing. Dolphins trail 4-1 down to their final 3 outs. Another 0-2. You've got to be kidding me.
A different pole this time.
So we have the backstop support column twice, and now the light fixture.
Interesting.
Steph is counting 6 foul balls in a row.
Get lucky number 7, maybe?
Number 7 has to leave, right? Bouncer to third. And Bourne is finally retired.
Well, there you go. What a interesting at-bat that was.
So, men's basketball head coach T.J. Tibbs just heard our banana ball comment for the first time. The question is, did he – he was here when I caught the foul ball. He did see it.
Yes, he was.
But he didn't hear the call.
Yes.
Since he saw it in person, he did not hear the call. Now, if that hit the column to my right, Nick,
I don't know what to tell you.
It's a ringer. Gianna Lopez at the plate behind 0-1. Lopez 1 for 3 in game 2. It's one of the rare occasions where you lose out just a bit by being at the game in person.
Right.
Also, I was informed that we have some sacrilegious activity occurring with our broadcast earlier today. I heard there was a portion of our audience that listens to the broadcast muted. I guess you're not listening technically or watching, as that one's popped up to short and caught for the second out.
Now, who relayed that information to you?
Ask around.
Okay.
All I heard is that I know that there are some people watching these streams muted.
Okay.
That is blasphemous.
All right.
Olivia Warner at the plate.
Shame on them, I guess.
That's right, a great deal of shame. That one fouled away by Olivia Warner, 0-1. Yo, 1. High and outside. Take a look at this conversation here, Nick.
Yeah, no surprise that you said that.
The question is, will I get the nod of agreement? We'll find out in a moment. As that one skips in 2-1.
It's going to be tough. I would assume there's a lot of good candidates.
None better than that one, Nick. For those who don't know,
Rocky Kane might have something to say.
I'm shilling myself for play of the year at the Finneys, as that's hit hard on the ground to short, and it gets through into left center field. Hit hard enough, Nick, or no? Steph's looking over.
I don't know. I'll tell you right now.
I thought it was hit pretty hard.
I thought
Let's
so,
see.
too.
How'd they score it? Okay.
Base hit.
On the replay, you think it's a hit, Nick?
Yeah, I would say so.
I agree. The question is, if the run comes in to score, do you still agree?
Ask me that in a couple minutes if that happens.
The thing is, honestly, Nick, a lot of the time, if it's a 50-50 that does not impact anyone's ERA,
yeah,
I rule on the side of the hitter, but that's the pitcher in me.
Right.
Initially, my instinct was that ball was hit pretty hard.
Right.
Number 10 is in for 42. Pinch running for the Dolphins, number 10, Madeline Paul.
Madeline Paul will pinch run for Olivia Warner with 2 outs here in the 6th. Cue the music.
Number 35, Taryn Judson.
Look at the players in the field. Did you
I know.
see how you saw that? Okay.
Yeah, I was accused of doing that earlier
You were?
as I was trying to take a seat.
Oh.
Nick, I got a lot of boot to get over this bench here. So,
But who accused you?
who do you think?
Okay, yeah.
The only one in green.
I figured. I just wanted to clarify.
Nick, there are a lot of things I've never done in my life. One of them is dance. Never.
Yeah, you don't seem like it.
No. 0-1 the count on Taron Judson. There goes Paul. Throw to second, not nearly in time. And Paul has the stolen base.
Dolphins continue their pretty good start this season, Joe, in terms of stolen bases this year. Another one tallied up.
Meanwhile, Nick, in Flushing, the Dolphins are mounting a threat. They have the leadoff batter on and a 3-1 count on Jack Kehoe. Nobody out in the 7th inning. 0-2 pitch to Judson. Was
Drop
tipped
third strike
into the glove. And they apply the tag to Judson to end the inning. That will do it for the Dolphins in the home 6th. We head to the 7th. Staten Island in front 7-3. And Nick, Kehoe has doubled in the run in Flushing.
Wow.
Queens 4, Dolphins 2. CSI with the tying run to the plate. You can check that game out on Flow College as well. We'll be right back from Staten Island. Mia Valverde will lead off for the Chargers, trailing by 4. I did not get the seal of approval.
I told you.
All right, I'll take
it. It's tough to beat a buzzer beater.
I'll take it for the spring. So, as we touched on during the last half inning, I'm shilling myself for Play of the Year at the Finneys, our award show, for my caught foul ball. But unfortunately, everyone's hung up on that game-winning tip and buzzer beater by Racky Kane.
Yeah.
Everyone's so hung up on that play, Nick.
It's really shameful that the people are still hung up, I guess.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I think we should have.
I'm kidding, of course.
I was going to say, you should have a debate and try to plead your case for it.
That would be funny. We'll make a public service announcement and run it as one of the commercials.
Meanwhile, Joe, I think the Dolphins now on baseball, they have the go-ahead runner toward the plate.
They sure do. And it is now 4-3. They did get an out at second. The tying run remains on base. It is now a one-run game in Flushing. It's about that time, Nick, for the picture-in-picture.
We needed it today, yeah.
Do we have the equipment to do it? I think we do, actually.
Do we?
We might. Let me take a look as Deja Robinson goes down swinging. That would be quite the way to end the stream, wouldn't it?
Certainly would.
Let's see if I have it. I don't think I do, Nick. I certainly have it in the car, but that doesn't do us any good, does it?
By the time you make it to the car and get back, the game might be over.
At the plate here, Adriana Di Valerio. Oh, we have it, Nick.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get it in before the game is over.
I don't think so.
You know I always come prepared.
I know.
We'll see if we can get it up.
Except for the tech gloves.
Well, not needed today.
Not needed today.
The 0-1 misses out of the zone.
It is a bit chilly now, but it's not as bad as Tuesday.
Di Valerio 1 for 2 at the plate. Actually, you need... Oh, might not work without rebooting. What we'll have to do... We'd have to take out the wide shot.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother at this point.
But what about our Dolphin fans who can only tune into one game?
The Fanatics.
The Fanatics. What about the Fanatics? That one's dribbled back to the circle, and Guerrero throws out Di Valerio for out number 2.
Dolphins now an out away from splitting this doubleheader. And what's been a great pitch performance from Marina Grenner. Of course, Gave up the run earlier in this game, but has really settled in outside of the one home run she gave up a couple of innings ago.
Last chance for the Chargers is Nicole Mata.
Last chance for the Dolphins as well in baseball. They're down to the last out. Ooh, Joe, I thought that was going to you.
Oh, I was ready, except for the wire wrapped around my hand.
Yeah, that would not have been ideal.
No. All right, we'll get that game up on our...
Oh, wait. That was Dolphins still have one out in that game. I apologize.
All right, so the Dolphins have moved the tying run into scoring position,
at third
and
base.
now they are down to their final out with the tying run at third.
I was ahead.
All right.
Apparently I read the script.
Chargers down to their final strike here at the CSI Softball Complex. And that is in foul territory. Judson almost had a play on it.
Not enough real estate on that play.
So the Dolphins now down to their final out in Flushing. Jamel Vera is the batter.
Well, they're at the top of the order coming up, so good spot as any for them to have a chance to tie the game.
Tying run on third. Softball 1 strike away from a win here, and that one just missed.
The aspiring umpires thought they had it right there. And Joe, they tied the game.
Baseball has tied it in Flushing, and it was a wild pitch that brought home the run. 1-2, hit to third. Lopez throws across the diamond in time to retire the side. And that will end the game. The Dolphins pick up a Game 2 victory over Dominican University of New York to earn a split of today's non-conference doubleheader. Our final score, the Dolphins 7 and the Chargers 3. Nick, it's getting chilly, rain coming into the area. Quick wrap-up for us. Final thoughts before you and I head on the road to cover baseball tomorrow.
Yeah, incredible way for this Dolphins team, Joe. Bounce it back after the Game 1 performance. Able to get back and get a really strong pitcher performance from Marina Grenner. But we talked about it earlier as well. Able to get a lot of runs with 2 outs in that first inning. They capitalized on those scoring chances that I had mentioned and try to emphasize going back to Game 1. They capitalized on it here in Game number 2. We'll see what happens for this softball team back on Sunday. As you mentioned, we'll be back calling baseball tomorrow.
All right, be sure to catch us back here on Flow College tomorrow. Baseball hosting Duville in Flushing. Nick and I will be there on the call. As for softball, they return to action here at the CSI Softball Complex on Sunday. The Dolphins take on Felician University at 2 and 4 p.m. But until tomorrow's broadcast, this has been Joe Foreman alongside Nicholas Bavona. The Dolphins and Chargers split today's non-conference doubleheader. Everyone, thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here tomorrow as the Dolphins head to Flushing.
Tune into baseball, tie game in the 9th. Or the 7th inning, I should say.
Close enough.
Close enough.